Three unqualified morons with microphones. This is the previously recorded podcast. Hi, welcome to Previously Recorded. I am your host, RP, as always, and this episode of Previously Recorded is brought to you by HBO Max Discovery. They really need help with new original scripted content, and so they came to us.
Wait, RP, it just came in. They're shelving our podcast for a tax write-off.
All right, well, thanks for listening. Remember to check out the T Public store. No, I'm just kidding, guys. How's everybody doing today? As you can hear, that is our producer, Nick, who is back for a very, very special episode.
Literally our producer today.
Yeah, he is our producer, and we'll find out more about that as since this isn't my idea, this was a really great idea that I'm going to let Shane walk us through this episode.
What's up? So I had this idea a little while back that we've been holding off until we could all get in person to do. So basically I had the idea for a draft where we were putting together a movie. So we got lead actor, antagonist, love interest, supporting actor, the father figure type, director, score, and then I had the idea to let the wheel decide your fate for your genre. Just because I thought it would be hilarious if you thought you were drafting like this blockbuster, or like a thriller, and you ended up with like a comedy or something like that, or a rom-com. Yeah, so wheel will be at the very end. So we will all be very nervous and shaking and probably sweating and throwing up and pissing our pants.
And naked.
Yeah. Well,
so basically it's like any other podcast.
Yeah. Essentially. So, just an average previously recorded episode.
And we have producer Nick here. He's going to be our color commentator. He's going to be basically judging all of our picks. If it's a shitty pick, he's going to make fun of you. He's also our executive. We're selling the movie to Nick,
who works for HBO Max Discovery.
Nick, I don't know if you guys knew, Nick hit the Mega Millions jackpot, and he is going to make this movie.
No lie, that ticket was bought up the street, that 7-Eleven.
Oh, shit.
No lie.
You're like kicking yourself for not getting the ticket.
No, it
wasn't the winner. It was like $1 million winner, though.
Yeah.
It won a lot, just not the whole thing.
Yeah, so that's 7-Eleven here in wonderful... outside of Philadelphia.
And undisclosed outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Your sheriff is very nice.
So this was Shane's episode. This was his idea, and I think it was fantastic. Before we get to that, boys, how's everybody doing? Good?
Not bad, not bad.
Doing all right.
Enjoy your bye week last week?
I've been meaning to tell you, I might as well do it on the episode because I feel like we've talked about it before.
He's resigning.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
He pitches this episode.
Me and Nick are starting our own podcast.
Oh, called Recorded
And guess what? We're getting a bigger wheel. I finally started Miss Marvel.
That wheel.
Oh, finally!
I watched 3 episodes, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, I told you.
I enjoy it.
And I understand what you were talking about with her, the way they shaped her powers.
Yeah.
How she still has the same powers, which is a little different.
They just look different.
I didn't understand what you were describing at first.
Yeah, it was really good. There's a it ends. I think it ends really well. I think it's probably the best.
I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would.
I thought I was gonna really enjoy it, and I ended up enjoying it a lot more.
I'm a big fan of pretty much every actor in the show too.
Yeah, everybody's great. I think it's perfectly casted. They capture her family perfectly.
Yeah.
And it captures the essence of the character, which it may power-wise maybe a little bit different, but that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about, the character, and that's firmly in who she is, which is what I really, really like.
Yeah, because I was like annoyed because I thought they gave her like Captain Marvel powers instead.
You were annoyed before you even watched it.
But it was the way you described it to me. I was like, that sounds stupid. But then I watched it and I was like, okay, I guess they're trying to differentiate her from Mr.
You are a Miss Marvel expert.
Yes, I've played the game, so I know all about it.
I'm being sincere.
That's literally all I know.
You knew what her powers were and stuff, though.
That's all
I
I know.
didn't know shit about Miss Marvel before I started.
I
she could stretch.
I've read a couple of her comics because she was mixed into the Avengers and different aspects of science.
Based on the game, she's basically Mr. Fantastic if all he does is make his fists really big and punch people.
Yeah, it seems to be her bit in the comics.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I started to like... Well, no, she does a lot more in the comics.
That's why they all call her Miss Fantastic.
So in the...
They recently changed her name.
They don't do any of that.
No, they don't. I fell in love with the character of the game, and then the show even more, and then I've read... her first volume and then a couple others, and so more to her power set, she can heal. Like she gets shot in like the one comic and she like heals, and she can transform into other people.
The way
like she can shape-shift.
Yeah. Is your skin made of some kind of weird materials? That how they
I don't know.
describe
I haven't
it? That's how
that
she can
far.
heal herself.
But she's still where I'm at because I'm only in the second volume and kind of taking my time. She gets affected with the Terrigen missed, and then she's just now going to Attilan.
But she's an
to
Inhuman
learn.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We don't. Kevin Feige said we can't talk about Inhumans.
Does Miss Marvel have the ability in the comics to get Batgirl released?
She does not. She does not. You know, she does. She creates her own though, because she likes fan fiction a lot. And they possibly revealed today a Moon Knight season 2. That was teased. I didn't look into it.
I heard
exactly.
murmurs, just murmurs.
Yeah.
See, I'd heard whispers.
There were rumblings.
In the but anyway,
Your turn.
Hold on, let me go get my thesaurus.
let's get this episode started. I suppose. So
Yeah,
how
this one's gonna take some time.
Yeah, should we figure out? Did you guys want to snake it like we usually do, or what do you want to do?
well, we gotta figure out who goes
we
first
have to
too.
snake it.
But yeah, so I think we should.
We probably
probably
should have.
Well, we have
Hold on,
1, 2,
pick
and
a-
3.
pick a-
on,
yeah,
we
pick a
have the
number.
numbers there, yeah.
Pick a number, Bob. Spin the wheel.
I'm starting.
Good. Fuck it.
First spin.
All right. Looks like
Alright,
Bob's
I'm
going first.
Pick. Not loving that.
All right, Shane, I'll spin for you.
All right.
Third.
I'm cool with that.
I go second.
And then RP
I know RP usually likes being in the middle. I like having the double pick, so that
I
worked
like
out.
being a Sammy.
That worked out pretty good.
All right, so pressure's on. So before we can get to that, Shane,
I get to
you
not have
said-
a first pick blunder, so this is exciting for me.
Oh, you didn't even go that.
By the way, I need to preface this episode. If either one of you motherfuckers suggests that I pick like Will Smith or something like that, I will fucking leave.
Will you smack us and then keep telling us to keep his name out of our fucking mouths?
Keep my pick's name out your fucking mouth.
Keep my lead actor.
Shane has released an has issued a statement video answering some of your questions.
Yeah,
Why did you smack?
I was
Bob
gonna
and
release
RP?
a 5.5-minute apology video on Twitter, which Will Smith did, which is fucking insane.
Did you guys watch it?
While
No.
promoting your son's
Absolutely not.
like water company.
I did watch it. And
Absolutely not.
It's
Is
nothing.
it rambling nonsense?
No, he answers like legit like questions, like
What do you say,
3-4 questions, and he's like, he apologized. I'm not. You guys.
I
can
want to
watch it.
apologize that I'm a cuck.
Yeah, it's serious.
That
It's
type
not.
stuff.
It's not. One of the questions is, did Jada tell you to do something? And he like laughed and was like, no.
No, she just heavily
Now that I'm
implied it.
first pick, can I ask a question?
Sure.
What's up?
Do I have to draft into a role, or can I draft an actor, actress, and then say later on, all right, I'm going to put them as my lead?
The way that we typically do this,
Yeah.
you have to end
have
any
to
draft.
assign,
You have to
right?
assign.
Remember when we did the sitcom? It was like, all right, I'm gonna draft my early 2000s.
This is my early 2000s.
Yeah.
So again, as a reminder, the
We don't have a
categories
bench.
are
I'm very torn on where to start here.
lead actor and actress, antagonist, love interest, supporting actor and actress, father figure, director, score, and genre. Now, the supporting actor and actress in the original documentation was also the funny best friend,
Or, like, comic
relief. So it's all kind of
Depends on
encompassed.
genre, though, too.
When I was thinking this up, I kind of forgot that supporting actress or actor or actress was a thing. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, like the funny best friend.
But
Yeah.
the father figure, or I guess we could do mother figure as well. But
So
I feel
how
like
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, just
that would be a supporting actor
yeah,
role
an
too,
older,
so.
an older like
and
wise
then all
character.
everyone needs to be alive,
So
right? Or we
yes,
we confirmed that.
It's Shane's call. But
So-
yes, I believe everybody has to be
Basically,
alive.
we're
You
pitching,
asked that question.
We're pitching
I-
this movie to Nick right now as
Yeah.
if we're trying to make it
So,
this current
My
year.
research was based on alive. You asked that question earlier, so I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page.
So
like,
thinking about it now, do we add lead actor, lead actress? And that's and one supporting, because I feel like every film usually has an actor.
but I
and
think
actress.
love
Instead of love
interest. I
interest?
think love interest is fine because
Can
that's probably
flip-flop.
going. So,
Okay.
all right. So instead of love interest,
See,
we'll
the reason I called it love interest is I thought I have.
You have in your
I was
mind
gonna
who
save
you
this
wanna
twist
make
for
love-
later,
who you
but
wanna
I
make
have
love to.
like 2 in my head that I want, and if you guys snaked me and took it, I was gonna flip it and be like, all right, I'm taking an actor then.
Well, what if we just do this? Love interest / it's like a flex position.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lead
okay.
actress.
Yeah. Actor, actress. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Second, like
Or
second
supporting,
lead.
supporting.
Yeah. Like
Well, we already
second.
have a supporting.
How about love interest / second lead?
Well, it's going to depend on who you take as your lead actor or actress is going to influence who
Exactly,
your love
that's why I
interest is
mean-
So
going to
lead
be.
actor, actress, we do opposite of lead actor
Actress.
or actress.
There you go.
So
There
like
you go.
if you drafted And now, because now it's not a love interest, it can be.
It can be.
But then your supporting actor
it's
or
all in
actress
your
would
role
become.
because you can pitch that. They could be best friends.
Well, yeah,
They
we're gonna
could
give our
be-
pitch at the end, so
Yes.
that'll work.
Nick.
That's a good note because how you decide that round could really decipher what a producer could happen there.
Well, fuck you, producer Nick.
Yeah.
We're
All
here
right.
to sell tickets. or
So,
how we
alright,
make
so
money
let me,
off streaming
I want to establish
services.
some things real fast based on that shift. So I draft a lead actor. I draft a male.
Mm-hmm.
So then, my supporting actor actress doesn't matter, but my opposite of lead should be I need to have someone of the opposite sex somewhere
No.
in the film.
I don't.
See,
think
that's
so.
what I was saying. I have 2 actresses that I want, and if you guys take it, I was gonna flip it and be like, all right, I'm gonna make this a male on male.
I think that
Love fest.
you are the creator of this film. You can decide
Yeah,
if
do
it's
whatever
We're
you want
just
with
gonna
it.
make that second lead.
if it's a
Second lead, that works.
and then a supporter.
if it's a love interest, if it's just a friend.
So I could draft
it's up
all
to you.
females.
If you
We
want
could
to
do Ocean's 11 or
Ocean's
whatever that was
9.
called. Yeah,
Ocean's
Ocean's 9.
Ocean's
8.
8
Go for it.
sequel. Ocean's 9.
All right.
Alright.
Go for it. Make the remake of Ghostbusters. Do it.
All right, with the first pick in the
I hate this.
inaugural movie draft,
I think I'm actually gonna take. I'm not doing
Bob
it
is
that
up.
early. I'm not doing it that early. I want to do it, but I'm not doing it that early. I don't like having to like put them into roles. You know what? Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna. I'm running with it. This was the person who I had in my mind the whole time. Anyway, I'm going with Ryan Reynolds
As your lead.
as my. I'm gonna put him in the lead role because then if I have a second lead, I can kind of work around that now.
I like it. He's done action. He's done comedy.
He's done horror.
He's done rom-coms, right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's done. I think everything basically that we have on
Everything
this board.
except musicals, I think he's done.
But we don't
But
have musical.
musicals because who the fuck wants to direct a musical?
So your genre of film is like we're looking at IMDb right now, and it has blank in production.
Ryan Reynolds. Can
Ryan
do it all,
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is the lead in
An
untitled,
untitled.
untitled production.
which is fine by
What
me.
is it
He
though?
can-
What's the
he-
genre right
he
now?
can-
we don't know.
Oh.
That's last. We find that out
Oh.
last.
So we're gonna finish
Ooh.
drafting.
Who's fucking producing
Yeah.
around here?
Nick, I explained this to you on the drive up.
Sorry.
We're gonna draft the movie, and then at the end we're gonna spin the wheel.
We've been looking at so many IPs
Because-
to shelf at HBO Max, so we just can't keep track.
The wheel is gonna make or break your movie.
Okay.
So like I'm trying to draft versatility,
Yes.
so that no matter what I get, I can plug those people into those roles.
All right. So speaking of versatility, I am up next. Take that how you want. So I've thought about this a lot, and the way that Hollywood does work, you need to have a strong lead. There's not many people in Hollywood that can do it all. That can sing, that can dance, that can act their ass off,
I have a
that
bad,
can
I have a-
direct,
I have a bad feeling this guy's
that
taking
can
my pick.
and that just looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm going with my lead actor, Bradley Cooper.
Jesus, I was so nervous for a second. You're gonna know what I mean when I say it.
Could you see Bradley Cooper in like? I guess he's done everything. I feel like he hasn't done a comedy in a long time.
Hangover, though, that's what made
From,
him
yeah.
big.
And he just said the F word a bunch, and that's what made him funny. And then ever
He
since,
was super hot, and he was like, he hangs out with ugly guys. He's funny.
But he can do it. He can be
Yeah.
at
I
the
know, I
wedding,
know, I know.
wedding
I'd
crashers.
I feel like that's like,
The only one I would say he probably can't do is, but he even
He
did
can.
a little bit of horror with his horror and thriller was Midnight Alley, I think it was, or
Yeah.
Nightmare Alley.
Nightmare
Did a
Alley.
little
I'd
bit
kind
of
of really like to see him in a western, dressed up like a cowboy.
I
and he
feel-
would look great. He looked great
yeah,
as
he
Jackson
would be.
Maine.
He's got a good look
I
for
feel like he's just like,
He's built for that. And this next
he's
movie,
an indie guy.
This next
now.
That's
movie is-
Silver Linings Playbook, isn't that?
He's
indie,
in it.
sort
It's
of?
not an indie.
It's got that indie feel.
yeah, it's got the indie spirit. But I love him. I think he's fantastic.
He's like the more handsome Zach Braff. I feel like now, where he's like, this is a project I want to make.
He's what Zach Braff wishes he
Yeah,
was.
exactly. So
That's
I'm gonna make this project whether people like it or not, and then it blows up every time.
More handsome that.
He is. Zach Braff's not as
Well, yeah,
handsome as
isn't-
Bradley Cooper.
Well, yeah. I mean, he is.
Fight me on that.
No, I mean like that. It's working out. Isn't Bradley Cooper trying to direct like pretty much?
And he's what I'm saying.
Everything
And
he's
but Zach
in,
Braff, that's kind of like Jersey. What is it? Jersey
Garden
State. Garden
State.
State.
Garden
Garden State.
State.
Garden State happens. Then he does like a bunch of indie movies, but like he does
know,
them
that
how, the
movie
way
he
he
did.
wants them.
That movie he did, New Jersey.
He wants them the way he wants them. He does them how he wants them. And like Bradley Cooper, I feel like the last 6 years has been
Yeah,
like, all
well,
right, I'm only gonna make the movies I want to
Yeah,
make.
we better
So
really.
this upcoming movie is Leonard Bernstein film. He's like spent 4.5 years researching, writing, getting ready to be Leonard Bernstein, who's a composer.
Do you know that when Leonard Bernstein
Wrote the Bernstein
composed
Bears.
some of his best work, he hid the fact that he was gay, and Leonard Bernstein hid the fact that he was gay, and that was when he wrote some of his best work.
Really?
That's a John Mulaney joke.
Oh.
That's a Birds and Bees conversation that his dad has with him.
That went right
As-
over
what
my
a-
head.
What a coincidence! This draft is going to be my best work.
And he goes, as if I was gonna go down on
Similar
some,
to Shane's
some
pick.
smoking twink in college and be like, wait a minute.
Now with his pick, Shane.
All right, Shane, you're up.
All right. So when I was thinking, I wrote a bunch of names down, and then I was like, wait a minute. If I need to plug this guy into any genre I can think of, my first thought was Hugh Jackman, lead actor. Because I feel like he's done superhero, he's done actor.
Yeah, I wrote him down too.
He
That's
would
who I
look
thought
fantastic
Mark
as a
was
cowboy.
Ring, ring. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ah, Jesus
Oh.
Now
Christ.
the producer
Hey.
calling.
All right.
What a terrible ring. She really
Just
is.
got off the phone with Hugh Jackman's agent. The only way we can get him into the movie is he's demanding he gains a crazy amount of weight in hopes of gaining an Oscar nomination.
Alright.
So you need a fat Hugh Jackman
I'm
in this
so
movie.
fucked if I get anything but drama or thriller now.
Is he trying to be Christian Bale?
All right.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants it.
Bob wrote Hugh Jackman fat.
Well, so Nick has 3 notes that will come randomly before we pick our genre. Or no, he's got 6 notes total, right? But some of them will impact the plot that we have to come up with at the end.
So-
So now, fat Hugh Jackman is your lead.
See,
Can I
would-
just say this one feels personal? Because Nick watched Ryan Reynolds, known Beefcake, Bradley Cooper, known Beefcake, go up on the board, and he specifically waited for me
But
to
Hugh
drop
Jackman.
fat.
but
in my
I
lap.
want to let you know is that
Ryan Reynolds. Has
Ryan Reynolds has done in a
He's
fad
done
suit,
that.
so he's like been there, done that.
Yeah.
He
So,
was like,
but you know what you're getting.
Been
though.
there, done fat.
That's all, folks.
Da-da,
You know what we're
da-da,
getting though?
da-da.
We're getting happy Hugh Jackman because he's not on his Wolverine diet. He's eating lasagna like crazy.
That's true.
so you're
That's
telling
true.
me that agent was really not saying Hugh Jackman wants an Oscar nomination.
He
He's
said
more.
Hugh Jackman wants lasagna.
He
That's
just
what
said, "I'm done eating chicken breast at
Which fun
2:30
fact, that is his
a.m..
favorite meal. He loves.
So guys, I'm gonna
Lasagna.
change one of these categories to animated because I'm making a Garfield movie with Hugh Jackman.
But Hugh Jackman is the only live action character
He
as
is
Garfield.
as Garfield, but
Everyone
here's
else
the thing
around
that
him
you
is
don't know.
animated.
Which is going to be why that would never work. Hugh Jackman, one of the few humans in the world that loves Mondays.
Oh, damn,
Yeah, he would never be. It wouldn't be
Damn.
convincing.
damn.
The whole time, he'd be like, I hate Mondays.
We were doing a draft on people who definitely love Mondays. Hugh Jackman does probably.
He's
yeah.
first pick overall.
First on the
yeah.
list.
Hugh Jackman, The Rock.
All right, double up.
Snaking, so back to me, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go second lead here. I did have love interest in mind when I casted this. I'm going Charlize Theron.
This is gonna be interesting. We got the. Are we leaving the possibility of this as a little like Australian, South African?
Wait, Nick, wait till you see my later picks. The accents in this movie are gonna be fucking wild.
Off of the rails.
Okay, so this is tough. This is actually very tough. This is where you
This
make
is
a.
hard.
This is
There's
hard.
so many people.
Well, then you just have to think who plays well off of each other, and
That's how I did. I was like, I want Hugh Jackman.
I know the one
Who can I
person
draft
I want.
around him?
And
So-
I gotta go.
because you can really sell a movie if 2 actors have been in the same film before, and they're reuniting, like a Jennifer Aniston Sandman kind of duo, where people love to see it. So I'm thinking about that.
Sandman's. You're crazy, Sandman.
That's too much. So I have that in mind, but I want to go with someone.
Just take Lady Gaga already.
I was actually thinking of Jennifer Lawrence because I love them in Silver Linings Playbook together.
Oh, interesting.
However, I'm going to pivot and do an actress that I love, that I think is fantastic in every role that she does, that is beautiful, that people genuinely love, and kind of a smash hit in everything she does. Margot Robbie. I'm going to have Margot Robbie.
That was my backup if I couldn't get Hugh Jackman.
It was
if I
Mark-
had to go younger role, I was taking Margot Robbie with it.
It was Margot Robbie or Emily Blunt, and I think both of them
See,
are.
I'm gonna wait till the end because I might be messing up somebody's pick. There was a pick I for sure thought you were gonna be zeroed in on.
That's what I'm kind of
Well,
switching
once
it
we
up
get,
a
we
little
can
bit.
get to it
for the
once
end.
once we're done picking actors, actresses.
Margot Robbie was definitely a backup in case I had to go. A little
I
bit.
had a bunch of, so I have a bunch of like different tiers where it's like, all right, if I take Ryan Reynolds, he was the actor that I wanted. What do I do around him? And like, so then I couldn't have like a super young second lead because that would probably be weird.
Though
So
it
then
did
I had
work
to,
in the Atom Project.
Yes, it did. I was thinking, but at that point it was love interest.
Okay.
So I didn't want it,
But then wouldn't Ryan Reynolds be the father figure?
65 or older. Right?
But-
That was the
but
policy
relative to
for
his-
father
relative to
figure.
his
So
age,
also-
You told me
yeah.
father figure 65.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
So also leaving room for yourself at the end. You cast your second lead actor, actress, male, female. You don't have to decide what that is. Like Charlize Theron could be your love interest.
Yes,
She doesn't have to
but
until the
when
end.
I was doing my research, it was listed as love interest.
Yes,
so
yes,
everything
yes,
was
yes.
like, okay, if I get this person, I need someone in that age range to put with them. Otherwise, it's probably going to be all.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Honestly, the only like lead actress I wanted was Jennifer Lawrence. So I was gonna take her first overall and just make her the lead. But now that we do two leads, that'll be the case anyway. 'Cause
She's still got it.
Love everything that Jennifer
She's
Lawrence
still
is in.
she's still got it. Don't Look Up. She was the best part of that movie.
I disagree, but I also agree, if that makes sense. There's another part of that movie that I love that is an actor, so I'm not going to mention it here.
I'm extremely shocked that you took Ryan Reynolds and you didn't go with the obvious. Who you
Blake
love-
Lively.
who
Blake
you
Lively's not a
love.
great actress unless I'm casting her as a drug addict in South End, Boston. So like
I do
was,
love her and
accepted as well.
Yeah.
So, all right, so she had two roles that I could put her in, and the genre thing scares me there. Unless I get a situation where I can put her now as like a 36-ish, I'm assuming she's around there. She might be a little younger than that. He's like 40,
He's
I
40.
think.
She's a little bit younger than
so,
him. Yeah.
Either a co-ed freshman in college or cracked out Southie.
It works.
Those are
You
my
got
two
mail.
options for Blake
Sorry,
Lively.
we use AOL still at
No.
HBO Max. Jennifer Lawrence just said she really wants to return to award season form, and
That Oscar bait.
is demanding to make a bold choice with her character. So she wants some form of
Fat.
like disability or like hardship. She said she's willing to work with you to figure it out,
Fucking Oscar bait.
but she demands that she stretches her.
So the only pick that I
talents
like
as an
knew I
actress.
wanted at some point was Jennifer Lawrence, and fucking the producers just came in and said I had to
Yeah,
give
you
her
see
some
how I
kind of
feel with
shit.
Fat Hugh Jackman.
See,
Fat
I
Hugh
took-
Jackman's easy. You're gonna end up with comedy. Fat Hugh Jackman's gonna be fucking great in it.
What if I get superhero? I get
I'm gonna
fat
end up with
superhero
horror.
Hey, the Blob is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you
I'm
can
gonna-
figure out a fat superhero.
I get
It's fine.
fat Wolverine.
I'm
Juggernaut.
gonna end up with horror.
Some
and
people-
Jennifer Lawrence is going for a fucking Academy Award in this horror film.
Some people might want to see a fat Wolverine. Shane, it's just all there. I will say she
body
does
positive Wolverine.
body positive Wolverine. I will say Jennifer Lawrence did have an Oscar nomination for having a disability / hardship. So you can think about that.
I know what I can do with it.
I was trying to be as inclusive as possible with
Sure,
it and
sure.
being as.
No wonder why HBO Max is in a fucking tank. All right.
I almost called it for a Forrest Gump.
Oh,
but-
Jesus Christ. All right, so Bobby, you're up again.
I'm up back to back, right? I have so many good father figure people that I like. There's part of me that doesn't want to make a good movie and wants to have a funny cast, but then there's part of me that I feel like needs to try to make the best movie. So I'm going to go with the person who I think is going to be the best across the board, and then at the end I'll tell you the one that I really wanted to use. But I'm going to go with Michael Keaton.
Okay,
He was
yeah.
on my list for sure.
The
He was
man
one of
who
the
has
first-
other shit to
What
do.
is the age
one of the
difference
first
between
ones
Michael
I wrote down.
Keaton
I got it
and
written down.
Michael
Ryan?
Keaton's 70.
That's a solid.
Everyone that I looked up for father figure, I checked age. Shane and I talked. They had to be 65 or older. So since Ryan Reynolds is 40, they all kind of fit
Yeah, that works.
25 when he was
Yeah,
born. So
yeah.
it fits as like a father figure. I mean, it doesn't have to be a father, but
The man who has other shit to do than watch Marvel or DC movies. He's never seen a full Marvel or DC movie.
but he's
And
Batman
he said,
and the
he
Vulture,
said,
so I love it.
And he said, I have other shit to do. That's a good father figure pick. I am up next, and I'm going supporting actor or actress. This actor is a mainstay in Hollywood, though he does have the ability to be a leading man. He is most often the not leading man. He is been everything from a supervillain to a father-like figure in a great movie as well. You have no idea who I'm talking about, Shane. I'm going with the man, the myth, the motherfucking legend, Sam Rockwell, as my supporting actor or actress.
I should have known that.
I fucking love Sam Rockwell.
I should have seen that. You've been talking about Sam Rockwell for years.
I love him. He's so great. And father figure was
when Sam Rockwell inevitably gets an Oscar, RP better be included in this speech because he's been talking him up.
Just wait till I get. I have a
I
character.
don't know. I feel like he has.
I feel like he did.
I have a role who's going to
He
get.
did.
An Oscar.
He won for 3 billboards, I think.
Okay.
He was
See, I knew
amazing in that movie.
I knew
Supporting
the
actor,
mom
though.
in that movie won.
I have a
think he
role
won.
who's going
was
to
good.
get an
That was-
Academy
He's been on a
Award.
heater, like
Regardless,
he's like.
it just wasn't Jennifer Lawrence in mind.
Okay. So Sam Rockwell, I love him. He was villain Iron Man, father figure in the way back, and incredibly entertaining in every role he's ever been in. So stacking my cast, and that is my supporting actor or actress.
All right. I'm gonna go antagonist on this because I feel like this could make a movie. I had one that I was kind of teetering on, but I was like, I don't know about swapping genres. Like he's good at playing a fucking maniac, but I don't know about like any of these other genres. So I'm gonna go Ed Harris as my antagonist.
Good antagonist. Good.
If you don't know who Ed Harris is, please unsubscribe from previously recorded.
He's the Man in Black in
Man in Black from
Westworld.
Westworld.
Seasons
He's
1
also
through
on,
3.
in The Rock, the movie, the
Yeah.
film The Rock. He's the
Fucking incredible at being a villain. I love him.
yeah. Also, if you don't know who Ed Harris is, if you unsubscribe from previously recorded, subscribe to the short-lived HBO Max and check out a couple episodes.
Yeah, you
of
got
Westworld
about
before it's
a
gone.
month before it's dissolved. Watch Westworld.
I haven't
Season 4
started
just
to.
came out.
I
I don't
haven't
really
watched
care.
I won't watch it. Doesn't
care.
matter, but it's there.
It
It's
is
there.
It's there if you want.
A
it.
show with
I don't know who's
unlimited.
still watching.
A
but-
show with unlimited potential.
A show that is
That
just
pooped.
determined to confuse their
Exactly.
audience.
Exactly. And after a long day on a Sunday night, do I want to be confused? No, I don't. So, fuck Westworld. And Christopher Nolan's brother thinks that he's Christopher Nolan. He's involved in
Yeah,
that. He's
just
the
gonna,
writer.
you'll be
him and his
confused.
wife.
Check it out. You'll be
Check it out.
confused.
First 2 seasons are really, really good.
Yes.
Then dips
Yeah.
off.
Well,
But
mostly the first season.
As
Second
I-
season was kind of confusing too.
as I digress, Shane, you're up.
All right, next I'm gonna go supporting actor or actress. Who, when I had this in mind, I had like, this was back when I was like, oh, best friend character, comic relief, and then I was thinking like, if I got Hugh Jackman, who do I want in like a buddy film with him?
Sure.
I'm going Carl Urban.
I knew that was coming.
The two of them, fucking fantastic. Nick, you
There's a
understand what-
very
you
strong
understand-
chance
fucking
this movie
Australians?
is going to be filmed in Australia.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
went all of their original accents. No one's gonna know what the fuck is going on.
Shane does love Carl Urban
Because of the boys.
because he calls people cunts on the boys.
He's
So-
also.
But I also love him in Star Trek.
He's awesome in Star Trek. I'm a doctor, not a physicist.
So he can do superhero. He can do sci-fi. I would love to see him in drama. I haven't.
He did do.
known-
He was the new Dredd too, Judge Dredd.
yeah.
He
I'm
looked
sure
cool.
he's
People
done
liked
drama.
him.
I'm
People
sure-
were pitching for him to be Batman because of his the way he looked in a cowl.
Oh yeah, he looks fantastic. I'm sure anything on that list, he'd be perfect.
Okay.
Love me some Carl
I
Urban.
mean, has any of your actors ever? I feel they've done all these genres before.
Nick,
Carl Urban's absolutely.
I'm
done
picking
a
versatility
Western.
here, Nick. I'm going for the win.
Just it's going to probably be filmed in Australia, but it's good genre.
What else do we got for Carl?
Yours
Urban?
is the weirdest ensemble I think ever. Hugh Jackman, Ed Harris, Charlize Theron, and Carl Urban. These are 4 actors and actresses that I don't think have ever been together. Nor would they ever be together.
This,
Listen,
Maybe Hugh Jackman
Someone
and
is
Charlize.
absolutely
Listen,
going
can we
to comment
add-
when this
can
comes
we
out.
add around what year Shane's movie would come out
And
to see how good it would actually
give
be?
you all the
movies.
movies that they've
They're-
now been in.
You're-
All 4 of them have been in.
they-
I mean,
in 6
I feel
different
like
films together.
You're taking a very roundabout way to call this film groundbreaking, and I appreciate that.
Hey, just because
The
there's a
good
lot
news
of good
is-
actors doesn't mean the movie ain't shit.
See, the problem with this is now my director's gonna make or break it.
If you get sci-fi, you're fucking made.
Yeah, you're
Problem with this is if your director can't fucking understand these accents.
Someone get me fucking subtitles.
Yeah.
Well, Shane, you are up again.
No, I just went twice.
Oh,
It's back to you.
it's you.
Oh,
Everybody's
okay.
speaking
Well,
a
then,
different
you know what?
language on the set of Shane's movie.
That's all right. I'm confused, traveling different continents for Shane. I'm going to go with my father figure next, and probably one of the coolest guys ever to grace Hollywood.
I like that everybody else just picks, and you act like your guys are the fucking only actors that have ever existed.
I got selling my movie, baby.
Yeah, but you don't have
think
a
it
plot
caught-
yet. You're just fucking throwing people
doesn't matter.
onto a screen.
Father figure, he's awesome. Love him. Kurt Russell.
I wish we had kept Hallmark on the wheel for genre so that you could have all these motherfuckers in a Hallmark movie.
That would be
and
This
do
movie-
fantastic.
Imagine
This-
mine is a Hallmark movie. Fantastic.
This movie would bankrupt Hallmark.
Kurt Russell. Also
Yeah,
on
you
my
gotta
list. Love
producer
that
Nick.
pick.
You gotta give this guy any kind of fucking
I
trouble
mean-
at any point, anyway.
I don't know where we're going. We just picked Kurt Russell into this movie.
He's a father figure. Hell yeah.
I'm
Fucking-
interested in what role he's gonna have.
That
in
doesn't
this.
mean he's the father. It just means he's an older, wiser character that instills wisdom on this lead actor. You know, it doesn't have to be the father.
You guys, Shane still hasn't picked his, but so I'm not gonna give the other ones that I really
For father
like.
figure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna when you pick your father figure, I can't. I'm so excited. I wish I would have taken him, but it just wouldn't have made any fucking sense. But I really wanted to take this guy as a father figure for the sole reason that he was over. I was just looking up random actors over 65, and he was on the list.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
did I.
that's my guy.
So did I.
All right.
This is
Bob.
a-
You're
this is a
old
big
and not
gap
dead.
for Kurt Russell to be in with these megastars.
All right,
in
so
this movie.
I'm gonna pick an
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
antagonist.
How dare you insinuate Kurt Russell's not a
What's-
megastar?
Did you not see him coming to the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Have you not seen
Did you
any
not-
movie from the 80s and 90s?
Did you not see him
He's
come
in
Come
them.
on,
He's in all of them.
Did you not see him come into Fast and Furious and elevate that franchise to
We
the
got
next
some
level?
I love
heavy
that he-
hitters right now.
RP picked
and
Kurt Russell, and his first two Kurt Russell films were Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Fast and
Have you
Furious.
seen Miracle?
all I'm saying is
Probably throw Family Flick on
So I'm
here
talking-
somewhere,
I'm
actually.
talking-
I thought
I'm gonna
about
talk
Family
the other
Family flick / animated? Something
Like
like that.
Family would be like a Disney type, like Miracle would be like
no,
a family
no
movie.
animation.
I'm talking-
Animation's a
We
scapegoat.
didn't even think sports movie. How
Sports
fucking dumb are we?
movies, sports movies,
Cliche.
a
So I wanna
lot.
let you know
Because
that,
it's like
There's two big name
Sorry.
actors for
What were you
that.
saying, Nick? I cut you
I
off.
want to
got
talk
a
the
little
other
heated.
filmmakers here that Kurt Russell's agent actually called us to be in
Here we
this
go.
movie.
Here we go.
I feel like he wasn't going to do this, and then he got
I'm just
told-
making sure he's fair.
Yeah.
He read for it.
Hey,
Kurt
and-
Russell wants to be bald. You're
Yeah.
not getting his famous flow.
And then Bob was like, "Hey, by the way, you know there's another fucking person at this table. What's your fucking producer notes, fucking Warner Brothers?"
Listen, we already got disabled hardship Jennifer Lawrence and fat Hugh Jackman. All right, you need some kind of
the
blow.
worst you're gonna get is
Curious-
bald.
I'm
You need some kind of
curious
low
what's
blow.
gonna- What's gonna happen here?
Please
Nick?
make Kurt
I'll
Russell
give him
bald.
the same as he had an Ed Harris. Like he called us and told us, "Oh, I will do a movie." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Kurt Russell, but he has to have Ed Harris's haircut
No.
with the male pattern baldness.
No. What is Kurt Russell's stigma?
No, I just mean you
Oh, I
have
thought
some
you were
heavy hitters.
Oh, I thought you were
and
Kurt
saying-
Russell, Kurt
I was-
Russell wants in your movie. The producer's just
He's giving you a producer
He's
note.
just sucking your dick.
Oh,
You're
okay.
produced by Harvey Weinstein.
Oh no.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't do the.
He's
it's
touching
fine,
your
it's fine.
dick without your permission. You're produced by Harvey Weinstein.
That sounds like an A+ movie. All right. Sorry, I thought you were hitting me with a
no.
with a
You're
slap.
safe. I'm
All right.
on the board.
All right. Can't wait for Bob's
It's fine. No notes for RP apparently.
supporting act. Yeah, because
I'm
got
gonna pick
flaws,
my
yeah.
antagonist actually, and this person I know is a good antagonist because, I mean, and they're versatile as well, so we can flip this around if need be. But because they've been hated by the show for years and just recently came around, so my antagonist is Miles Teller.
Miles
I love
Teller.
it. I love it. He's our antagonist.
He's the antagonist to end all antagonists.
We issued him a formal statement, right?
We did. He was actually in the running for a supporting actor or a lead actor role in my film, but I wanted to make sure.
Did he ever?
He's going to get a recording.
Did he
at the
ever
end of the
issue us
year.
a thank you for getting his career back on track?
No, I think that they're just waiting.
He will once we send him his
They're a little busy.
his recording.
There's
the
other
end of the
people who I
month.
really wanted for that, but I needed
That's why
because
it's our
of
award show.
because of my hatred for Miles Teller, I needed
fair.
to have him in my cast.
That's
like
fair.
I spent so much time, I needed
I'll
to
probably
do
go
that.
that same route.
And then I guess
That's growth for you, Bob.
I'm trying. I'm working in the right direction.
Harvey Weinstein was the only one that grew.
Don't cut that one.
No.
And then I just need to have one of these two people, so I'm jumping to my score and I'm taking Hans Zimmer.
Okay.
See, I was gonna do a real scumbag move and pick him second, but I was like,
if I get comedy, it doesn't matter.
It's
that I
either
pick
John
them.
Williams or Hans Zimmer. I'm actually going to leave John Williams out there because I don't
Yeah.
know who my director is going to be.
If you
But
take,
I'm going to go
see,
Hans Zimmer.
if you take Hans Zimmer, you get anything other than like thriller or sci-fi. It's like whatever.
Yeah, it's just his music is just there. But
I was
you're
gonna
like,
pull a
you don't
scumbag
hate it.
move, but then
I was
pulled
gonna
back.
take score first pick overall.
Also, because I have a
just
third.
to make sure, it was like the kicker, but I'm like,
But-
I need to make sure I only know 3
That's the
fucking
thing.
guys.
I have a third. I think would have flew under your guys' radar, so that's why I wasn't worried about it. Guess who
Tyler
RP's gonna pick as a score now?
I could have had him. I chose against it. 'cause
I'm not going there.
No, I was gonna pull a scumbag move and take
My
him.
score. There's people that I know that I like that I think could do a good
But are there
job.
people that you know that the audience is gonna know, and when they see their name, be like, oh, that's gonna have good music?
They might not know their name, but they'll know their music.
You're probably gonna get votes just based off of Hans Zimmer.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm a big Hans Zimmer guy, and
got
I'm
Hans
still
Zimmer-
debating.
You got Hans Zimmer and Michael Keaton in the same movie that's getting votes.
I'm still debating on who I want my supporting actor / actress to be. So that's the other thing. So many names on this list. So many possibilities.
So I'm up again, huh?
You are.
Funny how that happens.
So my antagonist, I think I'm gonna go the same route as Mr. B over here, and I'm gonna take the actress that I can't fucking stand. That Bradley Cooper, I don't believe likes either, and there's a story behind that.
Lady Gaga.
Meryl Streep. I fucking hate Meryl Streep, but she is a damn good actress.
That's a wild take.
Oh jeez. Here we go. Known diva.
Meryl Streep's agent still uses a fax machine. What the fuck?
That was a pig.
I thought a car was pulling up.
What do you got for me,
She
Mr. Bigwigs in Hollywood?
I mean, we're still, I know, writing the script, but she's demanding whatever location we pick that she does like a thick local accent from that area.
I'm fine with that.
So
Yeah, until the
Yeah,
movie's
all right.
filmed in Philadelphia.
He picks where it's filmed. Yeah, all right. That Meryl Streep's filming in New York. All right, we're good.
I'm fine with. She could do it. I fucking hate her. She's super talented.
Can you
Pull it off.
explain to me? Can we take
but-
a side note off of
but-
this draft for a while? Because I'm just curious. Why do you hate Meryl Streep?
You wanna know I hate Meryl Streep? And
That's
this
why-
is- I'm-
I literally just asked. So
No, but
yes,
like-
I do.
Do you really want to know why?
Yeah.
And I'm prefacing this with watching 3
Because
Meryl.
she's so mean in Devil Wears Prada.
No,
RB
I know.
hates
Yeah,
her.
wait.
So-
He had COVID. He watched Mamma Mia 2, and Devil Wears Prada, and I know
Sick
that
of
for
her?
a fact.
He's sick
I
of her?
did.
And so since then,
No, it's not. This has been a hatred that's been grown for years and years and years. And after listening to, there's this podcast called Smart List that's hosted by Will Arnett, the guy who played Jack in Will and Grace, and Jason Bateman. And they had
Okay.
him on, and he said, when I was nominated for an Academy Award for Silver Linings
this
Playbook,
is for Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper
Okay.
said this. He said this well-respected, regarded actress in Hollywood that I didn't really know. She just kept saying to me, "Congratulations on your nomination." And then as she was walking to the bathroom, she looked at him and mouthed, "The nom." Basically, she was saying, "You're not gonna fucking win." And he didn't say who it was.
Also, wasn't she nominated like 40 times before she won one?
I'm not sure.
You know what? I think Carl Urban might have a
So
word for her.
that just yes, exactly. So that adds to it. But however, this all stems from the Golden Globes award when she won like her outstanding career award from the Golden Globes, and she said, "We're the real entertainment. We're the real act. We not your football or your MMA. We are the entertainment." And from that moment, which might have been like this was right after Trump won, because this is why part of why she was saying it. I think it was like 2016. From that moment, I fucking hate her. But I did watch 3 movies of hers last week, and I thoroughly enjoyed all
So,
of them,
but-
including Devil Wears Prada, that she played the villain with perfection, with
She
flaw.
is
and I
very
s-
good in Devil.
And
But what
I,
about
and
this?
I
What about-
said
hold on.
that it's
She
too
won.
natural.
She won in 1980. So that's somebody else I was
okay.
thinking of who did it. Went a long time before they won.
So producer Nick's note is that she has to do a local accent. What if this movie is filmed in like Asia? Then you got this white woman doing this Asian accent.
I was
super offensive and problematic.
I was about to ask.
well,
you know,
what would have been better?
Well, the only thing I'm looking at the board as far as genre goes. You're pretty clean. The only thing I'm hoping for is either a Western where it's just Meryl Streep leaning real hard into a country accent, which I'm sure she's done anyway, but I just really want it like heavy.
See, Nick fucked up. He should have told
He
me
need to tell you where it was being filmed.
where it was being filmed, and you can't
Yeah.
Now,
Whoa,
Or the other one that Meryl
you-
Streep could get fucked on.
You added Meryl Streep to your movie.
Genre
She'll
sci-fi.
tell you where she wants to
oh,
be.
no,
Especially if there's
She needs
other
the alien
filmmakers
dialect.
like Bob and Shane
hold
saying,
on. There's a
"You're only gonna
possibility.
do that?"
There's a lot of egos in my movie. There's a
There
possibility
is.
this movie
Yeah,
doesn't
there
get
is.
Bradley Cooper. No ego.
This movie's getting shelved.
Actually,
I'm
there's
gonna be
one-
honest.
ego.
If there's one set I want to hang out on, it's mine. Actually,
Yes, why not?
All those
You
guys
seems
would
like a lot of
fuck
fun.
around. Yeah.
This seems like a lot of fun.
I would hope so. It's your movie.
Hans
I hope
Zimmer's
you
just
wanna-
gonna-
I
I'm
hope you
saying
wanna-
like,
I hope you
but I'm
wanna
saying
be
like
there.
now that I'm looking at it, like they all just look like people who are just gonna fuck around, like make fun of each other and
Probably.
just do dumb shit. Whereas yours, I feel like is very, with the exception of Margot Robbie, is very like they're in their trailer till you get them.
I feel like I don't know.
Sam Rockwell maybe. Everyone
think
else on your list, I feel like is like, tell me when I need to be on set.
So I would, if not for listening to this Smartless podcast, I would probably say Bradley
Cooper, in my opinion, only because he's probably working on 6 other projects, and he's like, I'm writing this film, and then I'm working on casting for this film, so
Because,
I really
like,
can't be here right now.
He's been in the industry for a while.
He seems cool.
Didn't really make it big, and he said that like when they went on their tour or whatever. This is a new podcast for me. It's not like I've been listening for years, but I listened to his episode literally yesterday, and they were saying that like he just came to hang out on their tour, like he just came backstage. So for that reason, was one of the I just love him a lot. And then Meryl Streep being Meryl Streep, her local accent. If we go to China or Asia, we are fucked.
I mean, it's Meryl Streep,
Yeah,
so
but you
it's
pick it.
going to lock into being an Oscar nomination. Probably
She'll pull it off. It won't be
Yeah,
a- it
she'll
won't-
pull it off.
It won't be a simple Jack.
Maybe it'd be a little offensive, maybe.
You'll
but-
pick it, and you'll be fine. Yeah, Nick bailed you out there.
Yeah, he did. I will say that. Sometimes it's good to line the
But
pockets.
depending on genre, I mean, Hugh Jackman's the only one where he gave very specific, like, this dude's got to be fat.
That's fucked.
Well, the original note is going to be depending on what
Weight,
like
some kind of weight
yeah,
fluctuation.
and it was like, well, this guy's been jacked in movies
Yeah.
before, so
But he could get really skinny. He could do Christian Bale.
but he did that already too.
If he
What
really
was he
wanted
really
Les
skinny
Miserables.
for? Ah, I forgot
So-
about that.
Jackman, yeah, if he really wanted to fuck me, what he should have done when I drafted Margot Robbie is said Margot Robbie really wants to go for it this year, but like some bullshit that he said. But she wants to wear all prosthetics, so you don't even realize it's her.
Yeah,
And that
that
would've
would have lost
really
your
fucked
appeal.
me. Yes,
with
it would
Margot
have.
Robbie.
Well, I thought
Would've
of
been
it
an
doing
interesting-
that
So
one.
everybody has their.
See, I thought about doing that one, but how wording, I was like, well, then Shane would be like, can he just wear a fat suit?
Everyone has their plot note now,
Yeah.
right? So going forward, do we have draft notes, or what's the other note that you have?
Oh, it's gonna be, you have everything created.
I said, so
and
once we get our
we
genre, this is what
tested-
we want going
we
into
tested the market a little bit, and we have an additional
All right.
maybe addition
the film.
to the movie.
So once we get our genre, or this after we pitch our plot?
The producer doesn't even know yet. So you play
All right,
that.
you figure
Yeah,
that
I'll
out.
hear
Let us
that
know
out.
when
Let's
you
see
decide.
how it wraps up to
Let
see
us
how
know
All
when
right.
you
Well,
decide
Shane's
that.
back from his pee break, so we can continue the draft.
He's also on the board.
He is on the
Yep.
board. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna go down the list. My father figure. He wasn't of the first name I wrote down, but then when I thought of him, I was like, that's fucking perfect. Especially, I think he'd play good off of Hugh Jackman and Carl Urban. I'm going Jeff Bridges.
Did he beat cancer?
Huh?
Did he beat his cancer?
Yes, he's back.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
So back.
The
Thank
old
God.
man Hulu.
He had lung cancer.
I think so.
Yeah. 'Cause that would have
Still?
really been a bummer on your set.
Yeah, well, you think he has cancer. That's just like your opinion,
He's
man.
pitching. Survives cancer and COVID.
This
Oh,
movie
it's on
still
June
can
5th,
take place.
2022.
I'm
He's
saving.
untouchable.
I'm
Put him in a
saving-
superhero movie. He's untouchable.
I'm saving my director.
Man's
for last.
bulletproof.
I think I am too because there's so many options, and I feel like that's the one that's going to get fucked by genre the most.
I feel like director's
So
more
it-
important than score, though.
But my thing is, I feel like
You watch a movie without music,
yeah.
and you watch a movie with good music and a bad director.
But
it's still because it
there's
make
two
or
mo-
breaks. Is
There's
fine.
two more picks for score. I have two good.
My thing is,
I'm gonna pick someone you guys don't even know.
if I pick a director, you say that really cocky, but like doesn't that
No,
make it,
it's like-
that makes it sound like you're gonna have a terrible pick?
Like it's just like
You're picking some guy that you walked into a Wawa earlier.
because John Williams is basically
This dude's
retired.
aux cord was fucking
You heard a
sick.
mixtape.
We're low on budget with all the actors, so I just grabbed a guy off the street.
But like, my mentality is with the director, I could pick a director that I really want, but like they might not be good at a certain type of movie. Whereas like
Yeah.
it's easier to find versatile
See,
actors, actresses.
that's-
Hans Zimmer has done a lot of different films.
See, I was gonna do the scumbag move and take Hans Zimmer, and then I was gonna pair him with a director, who I was like,
Off the-
perfect,
but
you
yeah,
have them
that-
together.
Then the wheel
But-
changes
What are
everything.
you
The
going to
wheel
take Christopher,
changes it.
Christopher
I
Nolan?
was gonna do Hans
I'd
Zimmer,
love
Christopher Nolan.
to see your chick flick.
Yeah, I
But
want
then
Christopher
Christopher
Nolan.
but then I
Nolan
would have
is-
gotten. I would have gotten like indie film or something. It
So
would've
I
been
will
weird.
say that when it comes to director, there is so much that your genre can make or break.
Although-
But there's a lot of directors that can do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan.
Wait till you
can
hear my pick. I
do-
think I got a good one.
can-
Although I would have,
Gabagool.
I would have loved to see.
The way he just said, I think I got a good one. Mamma
I got a
mia.
good one.
Mamma mia.
It's a me.
Yahoo!
I think I would have loved to see a Hans Zimmer horror movie because I think he would have terrified the shit out of me.
He does interesting. He makes interesting choices, and I really like.
He was definitely the
Hans Zimmer.
best pick up there. So I'm gonna go director though, who he has directed a bunch of different kind of movies. See, I was thinking, I need somebody who can do action, who can do like sci-fi type, and who can do like thriller type drama. And I'm going Edgar Wright.
Ah, great pick. I love Edgar Wright.
Is this gonna be like Edgar Wright's Western?
It might be.
Great Western?
Dude, Edgar Wright Western, sign me up.
Honestly,
Baby
this-
Driver, but they're driving horses. Love it.
Honestly, I want to see Shane's movie.
Shane's movie?
I am iffy on Ed
Wait
Harris.
till we see a genre.
Yeah, I want to see
but-
John.
Ed
this
Harris as a
movie.
villain though.
It's been done.
Can I? All right, so no one else is gonna pick it. Can I tell you who my first pick was? And then I was like,
For director?
I don't know for villain.
Who?
Who was like, I don't think I can plug him into every movie. It was gonna be Willem Dafoe.
Oh, yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
But then I was like, Ed Harris seems more versatile for.
So, like,
the
the
roles.
Ed Harris is one type of villain, too. Mm-hmm. Where, like, Defoe could be that crazy, he could be that menacing, he can be that businessman evil.
See, I didn't know. I
Versatile.
thought Ed Harris would be a better pick for whatever genre I got.
Interesting.
So we're done with father figures as well, right?
Yeah.
So my father figure that I really wanted to pick, but I couldn't justify depending on genre was Jackie Chan.
That's perfect.
Has he done anything
That's amazing.
recently?
No, but he's 60.
He's done so many movies. He can
Jackie
just retire and be
Chan
fine.
was Ryan Reynolds' father figure.
I know, but like I wasn't worried about that. I didn't care about that at all. All I cared about was like Jackie Chan in like a fucking chick flick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know that that's gonna pan out. Like, if I got something that did not have any reason for just needed Jackie Chan to be like a serious, heartfelt actor, I didn't know if that was gonna get
So,
Jennifer
can
Lawrence
I
the
say
Oscar she's
the-
looking for.
the supporting
Maybe
actress.
MTV Movie Award.
Fuck you, Nick. It's always so fast. That's why it hurts so bad.
So quick.
It's
Hey,
like he's had it sitting
he
there
makes
for a
that
while.
he makes that snide comment. He's with a bucket of popcorn in front of MTV Movie Awards every year.
Can I give the pick I thought was going to be on your radar for supporting actress?
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought with the success of Top Gun Maverick, for sure you were taking Jennifer
Jennifer
Connelly.
Connelly.
I do love Jennifer Connelly.
And she was on my radar, and I was like, no, RP's going to take her. I need a backup.
No, I mean I like her in a lot of different things. I think she's really really talented. But no, my father figure that I had two that I was leaning back and forth with. I had a
Only
couple.
one more actor to be actor or actress that needs to be taken. You
Yeah.
guys are all filled out cast wise.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're supporting
So
her.
I had a couple. I had a back and forth.
Don't take Jennifer Connelly.
I'm not going to take any of these names.
So
I
I-
have two in mind. I'm just flip flopping back and forth.
I had a couple. I pulled some mother figures. I pulled some father figures. I pulled like Betty White and stuff. But the ones that I was starting to
that would
lean
have been a
towards
really awkward film.
was was Jesse.
a cemetery.
It's like it's all it's.
Oh
based-
shit, she's dead.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
yeah.
god. She,
It's
for,
just
for so long,
It's like 12 Angry Men. It's just them standing around her grave.
for so long, I've been
Weekend at
I've been
Bernie's.
tricked into that she's like dead. Oh god.
Weekend at Betty's.
Now that's a movie, folks. Cut the check.
All right, change of plans. Nothing I drafted matters. We're doing Weekend at Betty's.
Keep spinning until RP gets comedy.
But I was gonna go Jesse L. Martin, who I really like, or John Goodman. I feel like they would have been. He was Joe West on The Flash. And he was in Ren. He was in
That was
Law.
father
that is
figure.
a
You
good-
said.
Yeah, I think
like
he
him.
was.
That's a good
He's really, really good. And then John Goodman can play that
Yeah.
role too.
John Goodman can go any genre.
I have
He's-
Steve
he's
Martin
good.
on my. I had a bunch. My father figure list was good. So I had Michael Caine, obviously, because that's your go-to with an old man at this point because of Batman. Tom Hanks, father figure. He's old enough to make that. Steve Martin, I liked. Freeman, Harrison Ford has done it
What was
already.
Ford,
probably? Yeah, I had Harrison Ford. Too.
I had Anthony Hopkins, but I thought he was a little too old. He's
Al
84.
Pacino, Robert De Niro I had, but they were both too old for me.
Robert Duvall. I had as well.
Wow,
So you
we're
just
just
made me think
drafting
of-
all Godfather too.
I had Jack Nicholson as a possible villain, but I was like,
I had
dude's in
Jack
his
Nicholson.
80s.
So-
they're all too
He's
old.
retired.
Before we kind of
I did one more before, so
Me
we
and
still have to
Sheldon
pick.
had Cash up together
But there's an
when we retired.
antagonist that nobody took. They will not be my supporting actress. I almost took Nicole. She's the first person on my list, Nicole Kidman, because she's also a real villain. So like her, Miles Teller is kind of a
so
bit, but her
speaking
is
of that, I bought you boys a pin, and then I sent it, and Shane goes, "Why'd you buy that?" And I was like, "You know what? I was trying to do something nice. I thought it was funny
'Cause I hate
It's a
Nicole Kidman.
joke. That's the point of it."
Once you understood the bit, it was funny.
I was like, "God damn it!"
But I got PTSD because I heard her stupid fucking speech about going to the movie theater I'm already at.
I haven't been to the movie since Thor, so I haven't heard it in a while.
Neither
I kind
have I.
of. All right, I guess I'll take my director. So I had a couple.
first director off the board, second director off the board.
So I am a. I don't want to say it without saying it, but like I'm not a. I'm a movie aficionado. I would say I really look at these things that directors do. I look into why they do something, how they do it.
Can I just say, I wasn't worried about getting a top director because I had a feeling you were going to try to get like a lesser known.
Well, my list is all well known directors.
But I knew. Oh, really? Because I thought director, you were going to try to go like a lesser known, like this person did a really good job because you love the Eternals director.
I wouldn't say that. I like her.
So I thought you would pick someone like that.
I like her
He likes her
aesthetic.
cinematography.
And yeah, like
Okay.
she's.
But
I
that's
think
still
I like
not-
the way
that's
she does things.
cinematographer.
In the studio, we're
Um,
craving to hear who we're getting for this movie.
However, there are a few directors that can do everything and do it really, really well. And now looking at my actors and actresses, the one that I did kind of have in mind, I don't want it anymore. Probably pretty obvious for you guys. My boy is James Gunn.
Yeah.
Now that I
if
see
you had taken James Gunn for like and gotten like a drama, I don't know that would have worked.
but I think he can do it well, and I think we would be very surprised with Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I think you have
But I'm not going with James Gunn.
endless faith in him as well.
I do. Because I've only seen a couple of his films, but everything I've seen, I
he can
haven't
do horror, I
disliked.
know that.
Yeah, he can. But this guy, it's so fucking hard because this is so hard because there's one director that I've recently really fucking loved.
See, what sucks is that there's only 3 of us, so many directors are going to be
There's
left.
so
Well,
much
that's
that's
why
just out
that's
there.
why I
Yeah.
proposed this as our first inaugural, and we do this every year. And then the ones that we've
You
already
can't
taken,
take-
you
can't
can't
take
take
them again.
I'm all-
like,
I'm all
yeah,
for
that's
that.
cool. That's cool.
So I'm
You gotta do something.
I know. But I'm on the clock. I know. I'm gonna. It's a
RP.
fucking toss up. I'm gonna take the Daniels, who did Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think they are
else have they-
probably the hottest commodity in Hollywood right now.
What else have they done?
They did Swiss Army Man. That was their other movie I've seen.
Got it. So they've done 2 things I'd never seen.
Both are really, really
I
good.
did watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was very confused but entertained.
Well, that's because
very
everything
good.
was happening everywhere all at once.
Yeah, I didn't know what to fucking look at. I was like,
So I
left and
think
right.
I'm gonna lock it in with the Daniels. I think if you've seen that movie, they can handle literally every genre.
So
A film?
feature films are literally just Swiss Army Men, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now
And-
they do have one
And I found
that
both.
says Shiner Only, and it says The Death of Dick Long.
Oh, that sounds like a good one.
Sounds like a funny name.
So they are very creative, very unique. Swiss Army Man is a incredibly weird film, but it's
Shiner is one of the Daniels. Sorry, that's what. That
okay.
was.
But it's very entertaining. The other one I had, which I don't care if you guys take it, has kind of worked with this caliber of cast before, would have been David O. Russell,
We can't touch him.
and he's problematic.
Exactly. I thought the same thing, and it's just not worth it.
And then I wanted to get away from.
So, he'll touch people, but you can't touch
Yeah.
him.
I wanted to get away
Hey, we're just
from
working out here. Do
Yeah.
core exercises.
with somebody who listens to this podcast.
None of the actresses or none of the cast for RP's film are his cousins, or his nieces.
Yeah,
so
so
he
it's
actually
fine.
would have been all right.
But I wanted to get away from somebody who listens to this podcast who they think I might have taken. So, I did on my list have. We'll talk about it later. Well, I'll let you guys go. But yeah, the Daniels. After seeing these two films, they're both incredibly unique. They have a very distinct visual style, and their visual medium of telling stories is incredible. And I don't care who they put in front of the fucking camera; they will make a fantastic movie. They had Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe in their first film, which are two strange actors together, and it worked very well.
See, they gave us the.
Is that the one with that the clip is from? Like it's on the internet. Is Daniel Radcliffe's in that? Is it also Elizabeth Olsen? Is that them?
I don't think
What's
so.
that movie? You know what I'm talking about? Where she says something about like, oh my god, she says something about like coming in her mouth or something like that, and it
insert
cuts
the
it
scene
cuts
here,
to Daniel
yeah.
Radcliffe just
He's
like,
like,
ooh, I'm very uncomfortable right now.
I'll have to check that out.
We've talked about it on the
Yeah.
air before.
But
Cut that set scene.
that is my director.
I think that was a smart choice. I think I'm excited to see the pitch because I think this could really make your actors want to be in this project. You swung big.
What kind of
some
genre would
actors.
you put everything all over the place, happening all at the same time?
Everyone, every genre.
Every
It's
genre?
I would classify that as honestly it's an action movie, but
Action movie,
comedy
kind of thriller comedy,
and drama.
Yeah.
And it's a family. It's a story about family.
I mean, these directors gave us the reemergence of Data from the Goonies.
Yeah. Oh my dude, how
I'm-
fucking good was he?
He
in
was
that
amazing.
movie?
He was amazing.
Brought tear to my fucking
I'm all
eyes.
for it.
So
I'm all
good.
for it. And
So,
the
so
story, the
good.
whole story behind it of like how he's like, oh, there's no Asian actors, and then he saw like Asian actors, and he's like, oh, I can do this again.
He was on a
Fucking love it.
He was on a podcast that I like, and he was talking. Dude, so fucking good.
I hope
he's
he
the best
becomes
part
like
of
the
that
next
movie.
Jackie Chan, where they just keep casting him in everything, and he's just.
By
I
the way, that
fucking love
film
him.
is called Kill Your Darlings. It's
Oh, I've seen. Wait,
Alan. We've talked about it on the air.
I've
He
seen
plays
that
Allen
movie.
Ginsberg. I know that we've talked about this on the podcast.
yeah, I didn't like that movie.
But there's a
Him,
scene
Michael C.
where
Hall,
she's
and,
like yelling.
I didn't. Know
At-
I didn't even see. This is before.
This
This
was
must have been
before
before
you-
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know she was in that. But Bob, you're up.
All right. So I mean, I have.
You close it out. You close out your list. Your supporting actor and your director.
Yeah. So I have 2 spots left. So I gotta figure this out. So I'm gonna go supporting actor first. And this is if I do this actor, I feel like I have to go with this director, but I'm not gonna do that. But I do like him in what I've seen him in, and I think that he's got an opportunity to be better in things where I think he's versatile. I don't think he's been seen in a lot of things where he's versatile, but I think he's versatile. So I'm gonna go Daniel Kaluuya as my.
Oh, so we got fucking Jordan Peele.
Yeah. So then I have to get Jordan Peele as my director, right? But I'm not gonna do that. Although I wouldn't have.
And
been
then you
mad
have to-
if I had to.
I do want to see.
Then you have to
Ah.
get the second lead, who's what's her name?
Kiki
Kiki
Palmer.
Palmer. in the
Yeah,
new
she's
one.
in.
I
every
do
one of
want
these
to
movies,
acknowledge
too.
that I have the only person of color on the board, and it's a very white board across.
So this is something that I
It's
actually.
just that I thought about it when I was doing it, and I was like, I wanted to text you guys and be like, wow, Hollywood's super fucking white.
And yes, exactly. That's
My-
why.
My second lead is from South Africa. I want to point that out.
So
I know it doesn't count.
I noticed
I
that.
didn't say that they were American. I said person of color.
I noticed that too when I was putting my list together, and that's why my directors.
That's why I really pushed for Jackie Chan, but it wasn't going to work.
My directors have a variety of race and
yeah,
ethnicity
your
backgrounds.
directors do. I just meant actor-wise.
But I tried to think of ones that I really really love, and a lot of them are it's comedy and it's drama. There's not a lot of the action
Yeah.
stars, but a lot of them can be like Michael B. Jordan would have been a
So
good
Michael
one.
B. Jordan was one that he's on my list. Michael B. Jordan is on there, but also he's been in a film with Miles Teller before, and it wasn't a good one. So I was like, maybe I should move away from that.
Zoe Saldana, I thought about. She's more of a Colombian
I
background.
had Tessa Thompson. I had Zazie Beetz, who I actually really like a lot,
I was
too.
throwing
I had
around the
Aziz
idea.
Ansari as a potentially best friend comedian.
I was throwing around the idea of Idris Elba as my lead actor.
Oh,
So
I
let's
didn't
talk
think
about
of him.
let's just
Yeah,
talk
he
about
would've
fucking
killed it.
actors because they're all off the board now, right? We can't draft any more
my
actors.
my love interest when I was drafting them, I had Zoe Kravitz and Letitia Wright,
Okay.
who plays Shuri. And then I also did have Haley Steinfeld because that's
I
my
had
new
Haley Steinfeld.
Hollywood crush.
Yeah, I like Haley.
And I had Tom Holland.
Haley Steinfeld is a person where, like, yeah, you need to. That's where, like, when I wanted Ryan Reynolds, I needed to match them up with somebody who is the same age. Like Jack Quaid, I liked as the best. So supporting actor characters, I had a fucking who's who of like people who I kind of wanted, but then at the same time I didn't know if they'd fit. So like Charlie Day, if it was, but it's comedy, like it's got to be comedy.
Yeah.
Jack Quaid, I liked.
Although Charlie Day in a Western.
Also,
Jake Johnson.
He's got the beard.
Jake Johnson's good in everything I fucking
got the beard
see him
for it.
in, and it's just I didn't
If you still have your list, save them.
I'm going to, yeah.
I'll post all of them.
Well, no, we'll hold on to them for if we're gonna do this
true.
annually. Timothy Chalamet, that was the other thing that I liked in fucking Don't Look Up. Like I love Jennifer Lawrence, but that
Imagine a
fucking
fat
cracked me up.
Timothy Chalamet.
What's that?
Imagine we did a fat Timothy.
I don't know if he
love
could get
fat.
fat. I don't know if he
Harry
tried, if he
Styles,
could
I
get
wanted
fat.
to take too.
I was throwing around this idea.
I did have Chalamet too.
Chalamet and Harry Styles I had as supporting actors.
I had this one.
like best friend.
The
type
one that
guys.
I'm surprised people didn't say Oscar Isaacs. I thought that
He's on my
He
list.
was a
but
potential love interest for me.
He would have been my lead.
for
you
you,
guys-
just for you.
For me, personally, Oscar Isaac, I love you.
I do
If
love him, too.
you guys both took the two leading actresses I wanted for my love interest, I was going to take Oscar Isaac and flip it and be like, all right, it's a man-on-man movie.
I also thought about Jamie Foxx as my antagonist.
Yeah, that
That
would
would've
have
been
been
good.
good.
So I was throwing around this idea of this actor who I couldn't decide if I wanted to put him supporting actor or antagonist. It was Walton Goggins.
Oh, that would be good.
Walton Goggins, I have his.
And I ended up
have
not
his
taking him at
vodka,
all.
I have his gin. I have his face on a T-shirt. Thank you, Brian.
He's
That was a
amazing.
strange
He's
birthday.
such a menace, and he's so funny that he could be like the best friend character or the villain.
Yeah.
He's great.
My brother has this bit where he gets me.
Sorry. Go ahead.
He gets me like theme birthday stuff or theme Christmas stuff. Like the one year he got me back when DVDs were popular. He got me only DVDs of films that had WWE wrestlers in them.
So he probably got you the Marine. He probably got you.
I don't even think the Marine was out yet.
Walking
It's
Tall.
like Stone Cold
Harry
when
and
he
the
was on the
Hendersons.
island.
The Marine.
Yeah,
There's one with Stone Cold, one with the Big Show.
Well, the Marine
I need to
isn't
find that 'cause that movie was
actually.
John Cena was a Marine.
So there's a story that we were at. We were at our friend's house, and this one guy's drunk, but he's being serious as hell.
He was gonna fight us.
He was
over
gonna fight us, and he
about
was
how
saying,
John Cena was a Marine.
and then he's like, "That's," and then like the conversation ended when he's like, "That's why he was in the movie The Marine," and we were like, "You think he was actually a fucking Marine?" And then he ended up just leaving.
Yeah,
And it was
he
like
went
one of
home.
the funniest
He just went
movies-
home.
things ever.
The Steve Austin movie you're thinking of is The Condemned,
Yep,
and that is actually a terrific movie.
I own it.
And also,
Never
he's
watched.
in The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler.
I don't think that my brother got me that one though.
Great movie.
Then one year he only got me Paul Walker films. This is when DVDs were around. My brother was really good at getting me like 4 DVDs for Christmas that were
great.
all one. They had you like had to figure out what
Well,
the
we
theme
did
was.
that for your sister the one year, right? When we got her all. I got the movie Troy, but it wasn't for Brad Pitt. It was the other actor in the
Eric
movie.
Bana.
I don't remember.
It might have been Eric Bana.
Or,
I did it for my
Um,
sister,
Orlando
Orlando
Bloom?
Bloom.
It was Orlando Bloom. We had to get me, you, and Brian all got
Only
her.
got
DVD.
Orlando Bloom stuff.
yeah.
What they
yeah,
get you?
my
Pirates
bro-
of the Caribbean, Troy.
probably let Lord of the Rings. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know, but it was like
that's
obscure.
a solid.
So
that's a
couple,
solid 3 movies.
A couple
to
years
get.
ago, my brother's like, I didn't know what to get you for your birthday, so I got you this, and I like pull the stuff out of the bag, and it's a bottle of vodka, a bottle of gin, and a shirt with Walton Goggins' face on it. And I was like, I don't get it. And he goes, oh, that gin and that vodka is from his distillery in California.
Your brother is like my ideal guest to have on this podcast.
Yeah, well,
I think it would be hilarious.
Well, we wanted him.
yeah, we
maybe
wanted him
next
for
year.
this, and then there's some things going on.
So back to the race thing. The one actor that it was probably going to be my lead, if obviously he was still alive, would have been Chadwick Boseman. And I was thinking about it, I was like, dude, he just. And like you felt that when you watched the fucking trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda
he would
Forever,
have been
like fucking.
a really good pickup
haven't
for
seen it.
lead or
It was good.
like supporting.
He would have been the fucking
would've been
lead.
a-
He would have
that
been my
would've
lead.
been-
100%.
Here's what we do.
He's one of my favorite actors.
We do another one of these drafts, but everyone has to be
Be
dead.
dead. Yeah, I like
That's
that.
a good
fine.
one too. Yeah.
So we're back to you, Bob.
I need a director,
Your director
correct?
to finish out your roster.
I'm gonna go, and this is there's one director I really want to do, and I know that it's just not going to work, so I have to move away from that. And I'm gonna do a different one that I didn't really think about, but I think could work based on his other films. And I'm going to go with Sam Mendes.
I do like Skyfall.
So Skyfall, Spectre, 1917, Revolutionary Road, Jarhead.
Oh, he was 1917.
Oh, wow.
That was a good movie.
American Beauty is Sam Mendes. Road to Perdition, Revolutionary Road.
That's a solid pickup.
Yeah, so Away We Go is with John Krasinski and Maya Rudolph. I don't know about that, but it's a comedy drama, so I'm assuming he can do like that comedy element.
Yeah.
And then so he's versatile enough that I think it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
My only hesitation here
Is it genre?
is genre. Like he can work with big actors. He's done that. He could do a lot of different stuff.
Well, you can pitch it as he wants to do something.
So
new.
yeah, so now I just kind of have to see what's going to happen
So
here.
now that all directors are off the board, the one that I was really thinking of too, that I really wanted at the beginning of this before we got through it all, and that I've become a huge fan of his, kind of essentially overnight, Denis Villeneuve, who did he did Dune. That's like his recent one. And he did Blade Runner 2049 that I
You
fucking-
liked, and I
loved it.
thought it was
so good.
okay at best. Here's the thing. So I have a list of
He's a very distinct style and palette.
12. Yes, that's true.
Denis Villeneuve, baby.
I have a list of 12 directors, and Sam Mendes was not on that list.
Yeah, I mean, he the Daniels was last second.
But I'm saying, I looked, and I'm like,
So-
as I'm drafting, I'm like, these people aren't going to work.
So I did have Joseph Kosinski, who did Top Gun Maverick, because I thought about it. I was like,
But you haven't watched Spiderhead.
I haven't watched anything else he's done.
Yeah.
See, I had two real big ones that I really wanted, but I was like, Francis Ford Coppola, he only really does dramas.
What was the last fucking movie he made?
Exactly.
Oh, whoa,
And then-
whoa, he did Jack.
Yeah.
Jack is a good movie.
So we
But
know
then-
his comedy.
he also
chops
did.
are
He also
top
did The
tier.
Outsiders.
But
Yeah.
then I wanted Ridley Scott, but he's only really done
Bob, can you-
sci-fi pretty much. So I was like, I
Your
can't take those two.
disability
He did The
ages
Last
very
Duel recently,
rapidly.
and
I
then
had
obviously
fucking
Johnny Favreau.
Jennifer Lawrence is really 5 years old.
I had. Is it David Fincher? Did he do Benjamin Button? It's one of the
Yeah.
directors I was looking at was Benjamin Button, and I was like, ooh, that could be a hardship for Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence.
She ages in reverse.
She just ages fast. Yeah, it's.
Can we
Benjamin-
pick
So
her
I'm-
hardship? I'd really like to see Jennifer Lawrence with no.
Can I pick Hugh Jackman's weight? You piece of shit.
No lower. Jennifer
Jackman
Lawrence,
is
nothing below the
700
waist.
pounds.
Jennifer Lawrence just crawling around.
I mean, she's gonna have a wheelchair.
Well, we'll leave that up to the
Well,
suits in
We gotta
Hollywood.
look at genre before we know.
Yeah,
where
That's
we
a
are.
hardship. You
genre.
can't afford a wheelchair.
We gotta look at genre before we. Like
I
her
need
genre.
We'll
like,
leave that to the suits in Hollywood.
I
Could
get-
be
if
could be
I-
comedy, hilarious.
If I get horror, then her hardship the entire time is that she was bit by a zombie and she's transforming. Like it's a change. It depends on the genre.
So I'm up again to finish out my list, and my list will end with my score. And I'm gonna go with Michael Giacchino, who has done a ton. He's somewhat local guy. Giacchino. He has done. He's from Jersey. Actually, Audra's sister's boyfriend went to the same high school as him.
So he'll come cheap.
So he's also
Friend of the family.
friend of the family. He'll cut me a deal. He is actually going to be directing Werewolf by Night for Marvel, but he did Doctor Strange. He did the
won an Oscar.
he did the Batman. He did.
He did the Batman.
Oh yeah, I do. That's where I recognize.
All right,
the
so
name.
no, these are the ones you should be talking about. Up,
Ratatouille.
Star Trek,
The
Rogue
Incredibles.
One.
He did Up, so he
Yes.
knows how to make a grown man cry.
Jurassic World
Exactly.
Dominion, Tomorrowland, which is an underrated movie in my opinion.
He
Did
did
Mission
Jurassic
Impossible-
World Dominion. I was going to take Trevor Trevorrow as my director,
Colin
but there,
Trevorrow.
Colin, whatever, it doesn't matter. There was no dinosaurs.
He did Jojo Rabbit. He did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man films, the new ones, Lightyear, Mission Impossibles. His resume is
It's good.
It's essentially
I just
a
have never
blockbuster.
fucking heard of this
You know,
guy.
And so he was instrumental to the guitars being played kind of backward in the original Doctor Strange theme.
And I
as well.
know who he is. Like as soon as I looked him up, I recognize him from the Academy Awards. Like he's won.
So
enough.
he's got a great relationship with Marvel. So I guess that's how he's landed at the directing gig.
Yeah, that's crazy that he's a
Not just
director.
hearing director. You got a lot of very opinionated people in this lineup with some pretty young directors. Are we nervous that they might start
Heads are
trying
gonna-
The
to,
only
Heads are
person-
gonna roll.
voice, yeah, they're
The
gonna
only
start
person
voicing
I'm
their
worried about
opinions.
being a fucking dickhead is Meryl Streep. And that's it.
Well, when she shows
The
up,
director
with
and the
her-
score is very much working partnership. And so I have Michael Giacchino has done these big blockbusters mainly for Disney, but they're partnerships. They always are. And I think that if you're able to establish a relationship with a giant company and continue to produce good scores that elevate a film, a movie that is so silent like the Batman, to deliver heart racing.
Anytime
scores.
there was silence, let's be honest. Anytime there was silence in the Batman, they just played a Nirvana song.
So I would say his score for the Batman is not memorable, but his Marvel Studios run, especially Doctor Strange, the original Doctor Strange.
I think
The
fucking
Incredibles.
Pixar, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, like that stuff's bigger.
Everything you're naming is why I wanted to be a snake and take Hans Zimmer like first, because you can think of like literally any Christopher Nolan movie.
Yet he's
So here's
first.
Where
His
no
first
one is
Oscar
saying
win-
anything, but your heart is fucking
So
racing.
you would have had a
Here's the
movie where
thing.
we just played the score for the person and go, I'm in.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I want to go over real fast. I just want to think about, right? And I'm gonna send you this picture too, so that you can post it when this comes out. I was just looking up Hans Zimmer to see like his full resume, like what snuck through. I mean, I know the big ones.
He won his first Oscar.
Christopher Nolan kind of looks like Homelander.
Yeah, a little bit.
When you look
yeah,
at
a little bit,
look at
little
it
bit.
real quick, and then
It's
look
the
away.
hairline-
Like,
it's the hairline.
Homelander.
He doesn't have.
Like that's Homelander, and an agent from Entourage is what that picture looks like.
So Hans Zimmer is pretty cool. So he won his first Academy Award this year for Dune, and he
For
was
real? It took him this long
Yeah.
to get an Academy Award?
So what he did was he was on vacation in like Europe, and he woke up. He had a little statue, put it in like his robe, and then went to the hot tub or something. Like that's. he
So
just posted a
let's
picture of
run
it.
through. 'Cause I drafted them early, but let's run through the Hans Zimmer list
Just-
of fucking.
I just want to say he deserved an Oscar for Interstellar because that score was
That was the one
fucking
part of that
phenomenal.
So wait,
Great
didn't
movie.
you watch Prehistoric Planet, Nick?
Yeah.
He did the score for that too. So Dune, Top Gun Maverick. What's
I
up?
forgot he was
Hans
Top Gun.
Zimmer. No Time to Die, which
Did-
I have not seen. Wonder Woman 1984.
No Time to Die was alright.
Batman vs Superman. He did.
I'm
like,
working
all
on
of
it.
them.
I got a list of things. You just ran through your list. Here's one. The Lion King. It's the new one
The new
though.
one.
The SpongeBob Sponge on the Run. Thank you very much. Blade Runner 2049. You like the director, but not the composer. Interesting.
Hey. To be fair, he was taken off. I love Hans Zimmer. He was taken off our.
Nah, I had to get one that I knew. I wasn't as versed in.
He seems to very much be a Warner Brothers composer. Like, a
It
lot of
seems
his
that
movies.
way, yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is Hans Zimmer.
They'll probably shelf him too. No, if he's
Amazing
working
Spider-Man
with
2
Warner
is
Brothers.
an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, it turns out, bad news. This is Amazing Spider-Man 2, so that's
Oh, okay. Retract that
not
statement.
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
Retracted.
Very much confused me when you said that. I was like,
Retract.
I was like, I've never-
I couldn't say anything,
I was
but I was
like-
like, he's
I'm
done
thinking of-
superheroes. What I
I'm
was
thinking
getting
yeah,
at.
yeah.
of Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2, where it's
nah.
like, da-na-na-na-na-na.
Which
Yeah,
that was
I'm like,
Danny
yeah.
Elfman.
He's done Megamind.
See, he was on my list.
Danny Elfman was the only
Danny
other
Elfman was
one
on
that
the
I
list.
had, but I didn't know. I didn't do the
So
research on him.
the one that I had that I was like, you guys don't even fucking know, is Patrick Doyle, who did the only.
I know him.
He
Heard the
did-
name, don't know the
He
scores.
did Goblet of Fire, and that's my favorite
Yes,
piece of theme
that's how I
music.
know him.
Yeah.
I thought maybe someone would take Hans Zimmer, someone would take the other big one.
Our
Not
piece
gonna-
John
who's going to
Williams.
remain?
Oh.
Yeah,
John
it's
Williams.
going to be my pick, whatever. And
Oh,
then
oh.
I was like, Howard
I forgot that
Howard
we're
Shore.
listing all these
yeah.
composers
I still have one
and
more.
he hasn't picked one.
I have one, don't worry.
Howard Shore.
Howard Shore was Lord of the Rings, but he
yeah.
hasn't really done anything else.
Yeah, but I have bought 2 pieces of score music like in my life off of iTunes.
Lord of the Rings is
Howard
fantastic.
Shore from the Lord of the Rings.
But
the
can
one
he-
hop.
What?
Well, back on iTunes.
Like when you had to buy. I'm
Before
like,
Apple
okay.
Music.
I was like,
But
well, I
can
also
he,
have like I have vinyls
I know
and
that,
stuff.
but I'm like, you're
can he
you're paying
transcend
extra?
genres though? My problem was, can he go to any genre?
I would like that. I
He's
like.
only really done Lord of the Rings. He's done like
Yeah, but if
I
Twilight
like to
movies,
think
who
that
cares?
he would just use the Lord of the Rings theme for whatever other film you did.
And if you look at Lord of the Rings, also
Put
film
something up and just
that
changes a little
emotions captures kind of everything.
I got something for this chick flick. Ba, 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 ba.
All right, I'm the last pick.
Well, we
Should
need
just
a-
fucking throw it in there because It's
John Williams.
It's John Williams.
Sorry,
I'm gonna take the obvious pick.
Well, now the score becomes more difficult in the next draft. That's what happens
Yeah.
here. It's a dynasty league, boys.
Yeah.
When we start putting like handicaps, like your score has to be by.
All right, so now.
So wait, if we
Guess
like,
who's
if
picking
you
score first next draft?
You know what's funny?
I went.
Me.
You know what'd be funny if
I
we...
went. I didn't pick. I didn't put the when these things went, which I should have. But we can go back and figure it out if we needed to.
As I edited,
I
I'll
took
let you guys-
score like 4th pick.
Yeah.
We had to
Yeah,
take
it's
like
a scumbag move. Hans Zimmer, you took him real early.
I needed to know that he was going to be available.
It's like taking Justin Tucker in the
Yeah, it's-
the 6th round.
No, that's not true because I knew there was a.
I was trying to be nice. I was gonna be like, it's like taking like a mid-level like tight end.
That's not true because I still had fucking great actors across the board.
See, I was gonna
Yeah,
take,
same. I have great picks, but I gotta go for the good kicker.
I was
gotta
gonna
get him
be-
early. He's gonna give me a shit ton of points.
I was
Justin
gonna be a
Tucker.
huge piece of shit and take Hans Zimmer number 2.
I would have called you.
Mine-
You were the first to
My-
take a defense. Okay?
I have a young team.
But then I was like, it doesn't really matter because your genre is gonna fuck everything up.
Before we go
anyway.
to genre, because you're getting the first genre, because we have to go back. Like
I'll
your
go first.
Your
I'll go
next
first.
pick.
It's my idea. I'll go
No,
first.
I'm saying your next pick. Like
So-
you're snaking back for genre. Before we go to genre, let's evaluate our rosters.
So that's what I was going to do. I was going to run through them. So me, RP, the host, has Bradley Cooper as my lead actor. My antagonist is Meryl Streep with a local accent. To wherever thick
Thick.
local
Thick,
accent.
thick,
To
okay.
wherever the movie's being filmed. Then my
you
second.
did miss. You missed on that. Nick.
second
you
lead
you should
actress-
have given him the place.
I was trying to be a little bit nice to him.
Yeah, why?
Well-
why were you being
Well,
nice to him?
hey, I'm just saying. I'm just
The
saying.
fix is in.
Hey, I'm just saying that could
What we
lead to
talked about
harder
before.
studio notes after we see the genre
All
of the
right,
film.
love that.
So then I have Margot Robbie as my second lead. Then I have my supporting actor, Sam Rockwell, father figure, Kurt Russell, directed by the Daniels, and is composed by Michael Giacchino. Shane has Hugh Jackman, but he has to be fat, as his lead actor. Ed Harris as the antagonist.
He requested it. We didn't demand him. He requested
Jackman
it.
just makes me giggle.
There's nothing we can do about that one.
Because Hugh Jackman's always ripped.
He's going to be calorie challenged for sure. Ed Harris as the antagonist, second lead Charlize Theron, supporting actor Carl Urban, father figure Jeff Bridges, directed by Edgar Wright and scored by John Williams.
Guys, cast your votes. What the fuck? What a movie!
That could be a very interesting movie.
What a movie!
And then finally Bob's lead
You got
actor.
subtitles with that thing?
They're all doing American accents, but you know it's not their first
You're
language.
just frustrated while watching because they do a better American
Well,
accent
thank
than I
God
do.
nobody took Tom Hardy. So
He's on
for
my
that
list.
He was on
Yeah.
way up on my list.
He was
So-
my antagonist, though.
But
He
he's
was
like,
gonna be the
I had
villain.
him
he's
lead
voted
actor,
as the
yeah.
hardest actor to understand, apparently by the people.
Imagine Tom Hardy and Carl Urban having a conversation on screen.
I had Tom
Jesus
Hardy.
Christ.
I had Tom Hardy as my antagonist, and regardless of what genre the film was, the entire problem was going to be that no one could understand him, and he just got angry about it.
Tom
He
Hardy,
was just fighting with everybody because no one could understand what he was saying.
Tom Hardy and Carl Urban. Everyone in that movie is a cunt.
Oh boy. All right, then we're leading to Bob, who has
Young. It's young. It's up and coming.
lead actor Ryan Reynolds, antagonist Miles Teller, second actor is Jennifer Lawrence, who has a who is disabled or has a hardship, supporting actor in Daniel Kaluuya, father figure Michael Keaton, directed by Sam Mendes and composed by Hans Zimmer. Now we head to the wheel for the genre.
No, let's evaluate.
Oh, evaluate.
Because once we get genre, we got to cut and make our plots.
Based just on this, whose movie do you want to watch?
I would like to watch all of them. However, I'm obviously going to be mine. Mine
See-
feels like an Oscar bait movie.
But like, you're not gonna
I
pick
I
your.
feel like
You're not
mine
gonna
is a
pick your
summer
own.
blockbuster.
Yeah, I would say so.
You're
Ryan
not
Reynolds,
picking your
that's
own.
Ryan
Yours
Reynolds'
does feel
thing.
like
Like
a action movie.
Popcorn.
Yeah, but that's what I like.
Yeah.
So I'm like drafting what I would want to watch.
That's
which
what
is
I
the
like
problem.
too. I like popcorn movies.
Yeah,
That's what
like
that
it's,
is.
it's entertaining.
And then Shane seems like an art house movie. I'll be honest with you. It's just the fat.
Shane, I'm
No,
confused
Shane's could be
about.
like
I
the
would-
coolest B movie of like the summer.
I would
like, of
say
the year.
any.
I would say
I would see
any
them
of
all of
I'll
them.
be 100% honest. Minus Margot Robbie, I'm waiting until our piece comes to a streaming service.
We'll see what the people decide.
Unless I'm not saying like I wouldn't see it, but it's like one of those
No,
where
your
like
words
you-
hurt, okay?
No, you see the trailer and you're like, wow, that looks good, but it's probably 2.5 hours. And it's probably really serious. I'll check it out later.
You'll see. It all depends on what the genre is.
You laugh
But,
now.
if I'm just looking at actors and actresses,
I'm
that's
really
what yours
hoping it's a
is.
chick
Shane's
flick.
is one that I would want to wait to streaming service because
Genre's gonna make or break
I
it.
don't think it's going to
It's
be
great.
good.
If I get Thriller, fucking look
It's
at
got talent. Well, I think a thriller
There's
could be
so
very
much-
good. You could have a man. Oh, I'm not giving you any help with your
Thriller,
plot.
drama, superhero, sci-fi, or action.
There's like two that
This
fuck
is the movie.
people up.
This is the movie.
And to me,
But
Bob's
that plot
if this
matters.
is, but if
Bob's
this is
feels
it,
like one that is on. It's a Netflix premiere movie.
Probably.
Like one of their ones that they threw $250 million at, like The Gray
But
Man.
I did have Gal Gadot.
think
on
about
my
my
list.
movie.
been perfect.
Think about my movie as like a chick flick.
All you were missing was The Rock, and you got Red Notice too.
I know. That's why I literally thought of Gal Gadot, and I loved Ryan Reynolds, and I was like, I should put Dwayne Johnson. I was like, I'm not fucking doing Red Notice. It's not happening. I haven't even
like-
seen Red Notice.
I haven't either. I refuse
I did
to
watch
watch
Gray Man, and I did like the Gray
I
Man.
refuse to watch the Red Notice. I don't really know
I
why.
heard, like, really
I'm
bad
kind
things
of
about
at my tipping point with The Rock. I think
I'm over him.
I'm over him.
He's
He's the
in
same,
everything.
and he's the same
Everything.
person every
He's always
single time.
sweaty, wearing a tan shirt.
I like
in the
him.
jungle.
I really
I like
like
him as a
him.
human being, but like as a character in films, like
He's just the Rock at
you're
this point.
like you're casting a rhino to play a part.
I
and it
wish
just- he
someone
doesn't-
took the Rock and we just said he has to
He
get
has to be
super
skinny. He's
skinny.
gotta
So
bring it
like
down.
the perfect example of, and I've said this before on here, Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise is made for a character actor, and you got The Rock because that's what you pay for. You pay for The Rock, and he's very much just Dwayne
He's what
Johnson.
you want him to be.
He's The
Dwayne
Rock.
Johnson and what you want him to be.
But from
so,
that
like,
movie, it didn't.
I just
work.
watched Peacemaker, and I'll be 100% honest. In that one show, John Cena did what The Rock hasn't done in 20 years of acting, which was
because
like
he had
make
range.
me care about him.
He had range.
Like why? Yeah, why is he upset?
Director.
I
Yeah,
feel like-
he's huge
Yeah.
and he does action stuff, but I also
he's not,
like I
he's
feel
not
bad
just
for him.
He's not punchy on. This is how
Yeah.
yeah,
He did
and
a
he
lot
would,
of emotional stuff in that
yeah,
show.
and it was good.
Yeah.
And
Directed by
That was a good fucking show.
James
I
Gunn.
know. You didn't draft him.
Should have picked him.
James Gunn's my boy.
Should have picked him.
But
Yeah, because John Cena has
Should've
that
picked him,
like
but he
hunger
might have
to like
questionable tweets
I
in the
want to
past
show
that gets him
people I
canceled.
I think
belong.
he wants to act.
Yeah, he wants to show he wants to show he's good at this.
The Rock is it's like
It's
you
tired.
You cast a
It's
rhino into that role, so no matter what the fucking movie is, you have to justify.
I would actually love to see him play the Rhino.
I would love to see him play a rhino. You
Yeah.
have to justify him as a
Dwayne Johnson is the Rhino.
the stapler. You have to justify him as like why are you
Rap Schneider.
Hey, Carrot.
why is he so big all the time?
Rap Schneider is the good.
Man, all right, I changed my director.
That broke me. That
Yeah.
broke me.
I changed my director. It's Michael Bay.
That was
Nah, I want Trey Parker.
no. You know what we need? We need fucking Awesemo spitting out the plots to our movies. When he did that, like he starts naming
Yeah.
all the. All right, I guess
Yeah.
go watch South Park. I'm done. But I think
right.
these are all great
You want to get these
casts.
genres? You
And
want
let's
to
get these genres on the roll.
You're spinning for your own genre. We're not putting any more pressure on.
My palms
As
are
you get your genre, you also
sweating
get
right
your
now.
producer note. Does that work, or you want to wait till everybody has a genre?
Let's look to everyone has.
Okay.
one. 'Cause I
Alright.
want to see how easy or good you.
I'm gonna run through these one more time. In the order. This isn't the order we wrote them down. This is the order I'm looking at it
And
right
we'll
now.
change them in future drafts, but these were just the 10 that we picked today.
We got horror, western, comedy, chick flick, which encompasses like rom-com, Hallmark all
Type
that.
films, yeah.
Thriller, who if you're Bob and you got Hans Zimmer, jackpot.
Yeah, I'm done. No acting needed. Zero dialogue in my film.
He does all the acting with his piano. Drama, superhero, sci-fi, action, and indie film. All right, here's to make or break my movie. Hugh Jackman's fine, but I don't know about anyone
But
else
he's
on this
fat.
list.
Let her rip.
Fat Hugh Jackman. Here we go, baby. Sci-fi. I'll take it.
Fat sci-fi.
Fat,
Love that.
a fat Australian man.
All right.
All right, let me record that real fast.
Not what I would have picked, but I'll take it. Over.
All right, well, start thinking because you only have a little bit
think-
of time.
Comedy's probably the hardest
that
on the
might
list.
fall.
Comedy
I
and
was
chick,
gonna hold it.
comedy and chick flick, right?
Chick
They're probably
flick.
the
I would love
hardest.
this.
I think I could pull a chick flick off.
I
You
do.
just sounded like two of his co-stars. I can start a chick flick off.
Yeah.
I think I got a
Alright,
beautiful
here we
cast.
go.
I think chick flick's fine. I swear
swear to God, if he gets superhero.
I got horror.
Horror. That's probably for your group one like a difficult one to do.
That's
Meryl
hard to do.
Meryl Streep is a horror villain.
Yeah, I want to know.
That's fine. There's a lot of options.
Margot Robbie's very doable.
Now,
Oh my God! There's a hot girl being having trouble in a horror movie. I've never seen this before.
I honestly don't think I could have. That was the genre.
Is that the one you didn't want?
That's the one I know the least about.
Oh, same. But all you got to do is come up with a good plot.
See, when I thought
You know
of,
how you know horror plots. You might not know horror.
when I thought
films.
horror was gonna be on the thing, I was like, oh, Willem Dafoe. I'll make him like a serial killer or something. But I was like, that sounds like thriller to me, so that's not
Before
really horror.
I spin.
That was a solid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a bush light for you folks. I can't.
This is the fucking. This is crazy.
I can't.
He's so
I'm giving you time.
I
I'm
don't
buying
know.
you time right now.
I thought I was gonna be real dick to you with the producer note, but now I'm like, I might need to be a little bit nicer because this might be a little
Before-
hard.
I can't. Can I double up or no? Like, could I also get horror? Could I also
No.
get? Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's already picked. So
All right,
get someone
ready?
else. If he gets thriller, I'm gonna lose my mind.
All right, horror. So I have to spin again. Horror. So I have to spin again.
If you get it one more
I just hit
time,
my hand that time. It really hurt.
we all.
Indie. Fuck. I don't even know what to do with that. All right, I can figure it out.
Indie. Ryan Reynolds at an indie. All right. So we have our genres. We were going to take a break. And
Well, no. Producer notes before we get
Oh,
before we make our plot.
All right, so we have our genre. So we did have a discussion off mic about Bob's film. He has an indie genre, and we said, well, what really is an indie drama or genre? And an indie film can be literally any type of drama.
So my question was more that not it was what was an indie, but it's also like how when I'm developing a plot now, how is that different from me just developing a plot if my genre was a drama?
Yeah, and it's like more usually it's typically a smaller type of story that's being told where it's made more sometimes a little bit more grittier where the focus really is on the dialogue and the scenes between the characters and
Yeah.
but it can be any sort of genre but it's more a local plot and not a
So,
terms of like a Avengers film where it's
which that
over.
much made,
And I said a lot of it is a coming of age, so stuff like that. Pitch it however you want. This is kind of the ball's in your court, and this is kind of an advantage
so
to getting into.
the answer to the question is there isn't a difference.
Yeah,
I'm writing a drama.
yeah, okay,
It's just a matter of
yeah.
I'm not writing a large scale drama.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
writing
fine.
something that's
I feel like
probably-
normally
We put it on there. We have to justify.
Normally an indie would be a drama with like actors you don't really.
well, it's not
know
always a
very
drama
well.
because Everything Everywhere All at Once was an indie film. So
Okay.
it's just like it's just more like art house based productions where things are a little bit smaller, things aren't as grandiose.
Okay.
Problem is
lower
I'm
budgets.
Not,
So Bob's got a drama with a smaller budget.
I'm not.
pretty much.
I probably that's how I'm going to look at it because I'm not creative enough to think of something like Everywhere.
Well, because his whole budget
Not-
went.
nobody
His whole
is.
budget
Nobody
went to
is.
Ryan Reynolds.
So, all right. So Nick, give us our producer note so we can close the book and start to think.
So we're on Bob's right now.
We can be.
We can do it
No, I
anybody's.
was first. Yeah, so it should be
So
me.
it's an indie movie. The budget's low, and we have this contract here. It's with some of our more stars that have gotten some legal troubles lately. So, could you put one of our maybe disgraced movie stars a second chance in your indie movie?
That's a
Do you have?
That's such a bad note.
Do you have certain stars in mind?
I mean, we have a whole catalog of people. You can
Yeah,
pick one of
Me
them.
and Shane
for
get
you.
to pick.
Hold on.
I'm all right with anybody giving me any disgraced movie stars,
Hold
so
on,
that I
hold
don't have to figure that out on my own. I already have a role for them. I already know what I'm going to do.
Kevin Spacey.
Nah, I can handle that. That's fine.
No, I want to give you Ezra Miller.
Do I have to use them both or just one?
No, just one. Just one. You pick.
So thank you for helping the studio out.
Do they have to have a major role or they have to be there?
They just have to be in it.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write.
Like kind of like a Zendaya role where heavily marketed in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm going to write.
Not even in it.
I'm going to write a plot. They're not going to be in the plot because they're not major, but I'll explain what their roles in the film would be. Does that make sense?
All right.
Okay.
Nick, my turn. My horror film directed by the Daniels. And horror is up to me if it's
It can
gory.
be. It
or
can be
if it's-
psychological. Like it is still a horror film, even though it's like a psychological type thriller. So that's fine.
That's up to me to decide.
So, you have a lot of established actors here. But we gotta get the younger crowd in there, especially it's a horror movie. So, we were thinking, could you add maybe like a TikToker or like a YouTuber or maybe like someone to get the kids to this
That
movie?
might be the worst fucking note of all time. Oh, fuck me. Got that fucking Charlie from the TikTok dancing girl?
I don't know, but
Can I
gotta
add
get
like
the kids in there.
Can I add like Pootie Pie or whatever? Or the Logan Paul or whatever? Who's the one that saw the dead body and put it on YouTube?
That's Logan Paul.
Yeah. Ah, fuck.
That's a
me.
real hard. Maybe
Does
that's
my-
the premise of your horror
Does my
movie.
wife count as a TikToker?
Disgraced actor.
What are you laughing at? You didn't get yours yet,
Yeah. Fucking.
pussy. Hey, it was better.
He's laughing like a fucking goof over there. He's waiting for
it's
his.
better than what I was gonna call you. So.
Yeah. The final producer note.
All right. He's got more notes for producer notes than I do for this whole fucking draft.
That is such a bad. The genre fits the TikToker.
Dude, they're the first death. It's easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that
yeah,
drives me nuts.
obviously.
You have this huge star-studded cast, and then this fucking
No, you got-
TikToker.
The
No, but-
artist
it's-
in you doesn't want it to happen, but you literally have the easiest way to just fucking put
yeah.
them in and get them
Yeah,
out right away.
Let's help your movie. You put some
Maybe I subvert expectations.
stupid fuckhead Gen Z TikToker guy. He dies way early.
Like literally,
Like,
Drew
when
Barrymore before the
You
fucking
gotta-
credits
yeah,
start.
Yeah. You got a horror movie. You're establishing that there's something fucked up about this house.
Yeah, this dude's fucking some
Or-
girl in a
Don't
car
give
in
me
the
any
woods,
plot.
and then
Don't
she
give me any
died, and
plot.
he
This
died.
dude here
Or
is
this chick who
not
can't
what
either
you
or.
think he is.
Dude, chick had to
Dead.
keep it equal.
Dude.
Head chopped off, dead.
I said this dude. I had to say chick after
I
that.
thought he said,
Nah.
dude.
He's
chick.
got horror movie. He's gonna have gratuitous nudity, probably. That's how it happens.
You better. I'm not seeing it.
So,
Margot
you're
Robbie's
gonna
in
have,
it.
like,
I want her
Jake-
naked the whole fucking time. Do you know she got fucked up when she did the nude scene in Wolf of Wall Street?
She got like
did,
drunk.
She did a shot of tequila like in the morning. She was all nervous. So they gave her a shot of tequila and they gave her like 4 more, and she was all banged up when she was doing it.
I was. You're showing full
That-
lips.
Yeah, that's funny. It's
So
funny,
Jake
though.
Paul's is
Don't
fucked
give him
up.
anything. You need a fucking producer note.
Give this man a fucking producer
do
note,
it.
please.
Yeah,
Do it.
we did enough for him.
So we're watching a sci-fi.
He's put too much thought into this. I don't like it.
I was thinking in my notes,
sabotage
but
my movie.
we actually were thinking about could you just CGI one of your characters maybe into like Baby Yoda's really working in CGI. So we're thinking that. So could you make one of your actors like a Baby Yoda type?
Can Baby Yoda say cunt?
I don't know.
Carl Urban.
You're the director, but we just need to sell some
I mean,
merchandise.
that's actually pretty simple too. Carl Urban is, if it's rated R, just a fucking CGI guy cursing all the time is funny as shit.
Once
All right.
again, there was another note.
What's that? What's the movie
But
with
Hugh Jackman already did it, so I couldn't do it.
being fat? What's that? What was it?
It was like add a child or just an animal to your movie. I'm like, Hugh Jackman's done that.
What's the movie with Seth Rogen's an alien?
Paul.
Paul. It's just CGI cursing and shit like that.
No,
We
that's
need,
Carl
no,
Urban.
but then
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need
yeah.
we need a lot cuter than that.
That fits my genre.
Cuter than Paul though.
Yeah, we need like a cute CGI.
All right.
character.
Well, put 5 minutes on the clock, and we'll be back with our plots. All right, we're back in time for our elevator pitch. Bob, you're up first. You have a seat with HBO Max. You got it with Nick, and he's gonna take it to the top. What's your elevator pitch?
All right, so I have this indie film. I called them the first couple of a small town, like the king and queen, the high school sweethearts, the ones
Okay.
that everybody, Brenda and Eddie, if you will,
Okay.
from the scenes from an Italian restaurant. Miles Teller and Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
They struggled to keep their marriage together after realizing that Jennifer Lawrence is unable to have children. So
Hardship.
That's a good hardship.
So so as Miles Teller, like the consummate, like, I want to have a family, I want to be a good dad, blah blah blah. He starts to struggle with alcohol and kind of like becomes this violent and nasty character. Jennifer Lawrence starts to move away from her husband and runs to the comfort of this confidant in Ryan Reynolds, who struggles with like how to navigate the circumstances of this situation, right? And so Miles Teller throughout the film just deteriorates into this guy that like is just unlikable, whereas Ryan Reynolds is just trying to get by and like he starts to have feelings for Jennifer Lawrence, but at the same time he understands that like there's things going on. So he bounces a lot of his ideas off of and a lot of these things off of his best friend Daniel Kaluuya. And then Jennifer Lawrence reflects a lot with Michael Keaton, her father. And then throughout the film, they also we'll see a couple actors who maybe we don't need to see, but we're going to see him anyway. So Kevin Spacey plays the obstetrician. He's the one who's going to tell them that they can't have a child. And then Ezra Miller is going to also be a very unreliable employee in the local hardware store that Miles Teller runs.
Very good. All right, Nick. Now you'll make your decision when you've heard all three. So do you have a title for your film at all, or no?
No, right now it's untitled.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I am up next. A struggling couple, played by Cooper and Robbie, head to a Louisiana Airbnb for the weekend to help repair their relationship at the suggestion of Cooper's dad, Russell. Unbeknownst to them, the rented a house where a popular TikTok star, Addison Rae, was mysteriously killed by a spirit in one of her dancing in a bikini videos. Upon getting there, they meet groundskeeper, played by Sam Rockwell, who is putting in his first shift, which puts him into danger as well as he starts his first shift the same day they arrive. What actually happened in that house? This Halloween, see What's in the Walls, directed by the Daniels. So... obviously,
wait,
it's
so
not.
where did this take place?
Louisiana.
Okay, I love Meryl Streep with this Louisiana.
I love
Sam
Meryl
Rockwell,
Streep going.
custodian, is perfect.
So,
Absolutely, just kind of sketchy, but like also trustworthy.
so I couldn't put it in the
He's always digging, but you don't know why.
I couldn't put it in the plot synopsis without giving away the film, but obviously.
Yeah, that's why I did like the character roles.
Meryl Streep is a voodoo mama juju type displaying her local accent, and that is my film directed by the Daniels out this Halloween. So
What's your title?
What's in the Walls?
What's in the
because
Walls? I feel
every
like-
horror film has a terrible title.
I feel like indie films have like really like off.
like yours would be like.
Yeah, like like
Seedling. or
yeah,
something.
exactly, right? Like I need to come up with something that's like it's like the name of the hardware store.
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
fucking movie, like
Yours would be like
mine,
like
if
a
it didn't-
Five and Dime
If
or
it
something
didn't
like that.
exist already, mine would be Pleasantville.
Yeah. So yeah.
No,
What's
all right, yeah. So I got mine. Mine is it's so Michael Keaton's character runs a diner in town, and it's called it's called Joe's Diner.
Okay, I
And
like
that's the
that.
name of the
I
fi-
actually like
the
that
name
for
of
an
the film
indie
is
film.
Joe's Diner.
Who
Yeah,
runs
where's
it?
it take
Michael
place?
Keaton's a father.
Okay.
It's just it's a small town America.
Okay, so Main Street, USA.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Shane, you're up. All right, hold on. Since you don't have,
I'm changing that from Joe's by
It's
the
not
end
gonna
of this.
take 2
So
minutes.
I don't. That was just a quick one. It's going to be a diner title though.
I like Diner.
Sometimes life serves you a.
All right, 2 minutes on the clock. Go.
All right, I got sci-fi. I'm going classic alien invasion. Hugh Jackman and Charlize Theron are both scientists. They're studying this strange alien race that has crashed down into Earth. The leader of this alien race, voiced by Ed Harris, because Nick gave me this fucking CGI note. Carl Urban is their lab assistant. He likes to crack jokes. He likes to play around. The father figure, Jeff Bridges, killed by the aliens. That's gonna be the driving factor to Hugh Jackman at the end. He needs to craft this virus that's gonna infect the entire alien race to save the world. That's about it.
All right. So I have a. Do you have a title?
Strange Encounters.
Okay.
I'm changing.
Which-
I'm changing
which
my title. I changed
exists
it. I know what I want.
As some shitty TV series, I'm taking it over. It's mine now.
Okay.
I'm
So
changing my
reboot.
title. Jennifer Lawrence is going to speak to her father at the diner a lot. The name of my film is Over Easy.
I like that.
Shit, that's
I
a
was
good
thinking.
one.
I was thinking like 24/7 because the diners.
A
are
lot of
typically
infertility talk in
open-
eggs right now.
Yeah, broken
open
eggs.
till
There's
1
a lot
a.m.
of things going
Open
on there.
eggs is good.
Over easy, the marriage is ending. There's a lot of things going on
So
with over
real
easy.
quick, before you get your pitch, I have a way to possibly plus up your movie. Nick, would you like to give your things and then we talk about this so we don't like influence your opinion at all? Because I have a way to make
Is he
Shane's
making
movie a
decision
dynamite
right
film.
now?
Well,
film,
he's
or
just
is he
he's
just, like-
not because I think he's
Yeah,
just giving
the
like
listeners
what
will
he
pick a
would, but the
film, I
listeners will.
guess.
So I think a way to plus your film up is that Ed Harris is the bad guy. Obviously, he has to be, but he's not CGI.
No.
He's a scientist, an evil scientist, or somebody
He's
trying to monetize.
Or he's trying to like get the aliens to help him out.
Uh-huh.
Carl Urban is the alien that's coming to try and help.
And
Hugh
no,
Jackman.
so the father figure is a CGI Jeff Bridges as an alien that connects with Hugh Jackman after Hugh Jackman
Ooh, that
is
works,
is
yeah.
maybe
So-
infected with something that
but-
makes him fat. It gives him a reason to
I
be
was
fat.
thinking-
In
'cause-
these type of movies, though, somebody has to die.
Yeah,
So
Charlize
then
Theron could die.
Jeff Bridges is the one to die.
Hugh Jackman dies of
Or Ed
My-
Harris. Ed
fat.
Harris is killed by the aliens.
Hugh
My
Jackman's
pitch
fat.
was
He dies from a heart attack.
my
you go.
pitch was Jeff Bridges dies. Hugh Jackman obsesses over avenging his father's death, and that's where he stops working out and gets really fat to
No, it's the
revenge his
opposite.
death.
He starts fat, but then he gets jacked again.
By the end of
No,
the movie,
he's
yeah.
obsessing over this virus. Stops working out. He's
I was
Carl.
thinking
He
this-
is Carl Urban, Charles Darren. They're all pumping iron.
I
in
was
his
thinking that Hugh
research
Jackman
facility.
eats so much. So like Carl Urban is this alien that like realizes that like what what this alien race is doing is wrong. They shouldn't be doing this. It's not the right way to be. Similar to actually Peacemaker, which I already mentioned,
Yeah,
where like
yeah.
there's people who are like we're
Yeah.
against it, right? So he's that guy, but he is the alien, so he's CGI. And Hugh Jackman's eating all the time because he's fucking just like he just and then so when he's eating he just leaves scraps and food around and Carl Urban eats something and it like almost kills him and they save him and they realize like oh these aliens are all lactose intolerant.
all because Hugh Jackman.
It could have been whatever, but like him being fat leads to them
Or-
defeating the aliens.
or
Him being weight challenged. I
Hugh
don't wanna get
Jackman
canceled.
is the alien too, twisted up, and he's come to Earth and he just keeps eating everything, and that's why he gets so fat.
Yeah, he's just a big old slob.
Yeah, a big burly white beard. How about you guys? Any notes for my film?
Your film, your description was like subtle because it was the normal description. I gave like almost
need
into the movie.
I
So
Mine
need to hear it
was-
one more time.
All right, you want me to repeat it with a more airtight synopsis?
no, I want you to give me. You gave me the elevator pitch. I want you to give me. I want you to give me if you're summarizing this film, how's it going to play out? I want
All right.
that now.
So obviously they get to the house. They pick this one on Airbnb after he has a nice talk with Kurt Russell, and Kurt Russell tells him, "Oh, we went to this place when we were younger."
So is Kurt Russell very minor in this film?
He's a minor
Probably,
father
like,
figure
Beginning
role.
of the movie, Kurt Russell. Hey, I'm here.
I thought about having
See
him
you
as like a
later.
talking portrait or something in this house,
Yeah,
or a
that'd be a little
spirit,
strange,
but then be
probably.
kind of
Yeah.
weird. So he tells him about this place where they go.
That's like where him and his mother went on
Yeah.
their honeymoon.
So
some
what
weird shit
what
like
actually
that.
happens is that he ditched this lady.
It's like Meryl Streep is not even in
She's-
the description.
I didn't wanna
So
give
that's
it
what-
away.
But that's
I
what
didn't
I'm
give it
saying.
away.
So give me that now, so
All
that
right.
we can make
So-
this movie work.
So he
So-
tells him, Kurt Russell tells Bradley Cooper, "Hey, me and your mom went here because he's not a father figure. He is the father."
Yeah.
And he said, "We went here and it really saved our relationship." Blah blah blah. But while he was there, he forgets to tell him that he had an affair with.
He banged Mama Juju.
He banged Voodoo Mama Juju, and
So she's
and
got
so
she's got
that-
vengeance on the mind.
so she went down a dark path and ended up killing this Addison Rae in a bikini during her TikTok, and it was a spirit. And they didn't know when they went there. They didn't know that it was this house. They thought it was a different house. They booked Airbnb, and okay, they didn't go to this
All right, so
exact
here's-
house. They went to this area.
Here's
I think
what
it
you
was
have.
Louisiana.
You have an uncasted there's no character, like there's no actress needed for Kurt Russell's now deceased wife.
Who do you want that to be?
It doesn't matter. She doesn't need to be there. It's just it's built in that Bradley Cooper's mom passed away when he was young.
Yes.
They're not in Louisiana. They don't think anything of it. They just think she got sick. It happens to the best of them. But it turns out that because of this affair,
So that's good.
she killed Bradley Cooper's mom, and so now there's a vengeance thing that happens towards the end.
And so
Well, that's a twist that
that's
they wrestle with throughout.
yeah. Now you're pulling like MCU twist out.
I was thinking the Daniels. Are they gonna want to get like wild? Like is
Well,
Addison
that's why-
Rae gonna be like turned to like Gumbo and like fat?
No.
I was gonna say I think that there's
Cooper
gonna be
and
scenes in
Sugar
this
Rush.
where like the ghosts come out and like things almost seem like they're animated.
It's
Like, gonna be
unfortunate.
all over the place.
And so
Like
I
the-
undersell. I
Like Scooby Doo too.
The Voodoo Queen's gonna have.
I
like,
undersold-
all
One
this
can wish.
crazy stuff with the Daniels.
Another James Gunn property. I
Scoop 2 canceled.
Scoop 1 and Scoop 2. Margot Robbie.
Scoop was already out.
Oh. I'm talking about Scooby Doo.
I'm saying no, but I'm saying now we're on Scooby Doo.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Scoop 2. Another
I
thing
know.
that got
Bullshit. Basically done.
How are we
along
gonna
with-
make these movies if we
along
don't
with-
cancel other
along
things?
with Little Ellen.
You're
but-
right, HBO Max
so-
representative.
So Margot Robbie, I kind of undersold in my elevator pitch, but she's going to be a strong female character. And plot twist, she's going to be the only one that survives. Bradley
Love
Cooper's
that. Last
gonna
girl.
die.
Last
girl
girl
surviving.
survivor.
Sam Rockwell, obviously.
Important question
Yeah.
for me, not for the 2022 society. Will Margot Robbie be naked in this film?
So we're taking a stance on this. The Daniels are very modern. They're very current.
Okay.
No, but
will I see
Bradley
Bradley
Cooper's
Cooper's dick?
going to hang down.
Nice. Okay. As long as I see something to get me going.
Oh,
you
you'll
know?
see his flesh.
It's
all
a
right.
horror movie. I need to see
Yeah.
something.
One thing I see Sam Rockwell as is the supporting character that sacrifices himself
100%.
for the lead character.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he's just like, yo, I just got
So
wrapped
at
up.
some point, so my only note for your horror movie was that there needs to be one or two like ancillary characters nobody gives a fuck about. Obviously, that's not
Addison
Sam
Rae.
Rockwell.
That's him, right? My
But
TikToker.
as
Other
Right.
people staying at
There
this
has to
Airbnb.
be
You
gratuitous death.
do you
Could
do
be two
So you
TikTokers.
play up. Your villain is.
I think we get back in-
Meryl Streep.
Mama Juju.
So Meryl Streep is your villain. You have to have gratuitous
Well,
murders
instead
to
of-
play up how insane and crazy and like bloodthirsty
instead of
she
running
is.
an Airbnb, she runs a bed and breakfast. So that allows you to have 7
Yeah.
guests, 8
So you
guests
have to
instead
have
of
that
them
like
two.
every
Well, so here's
every
the
couple
thing.
of scenes somebody's dying.
See, you're going for a more horror film. I'm going for the more
You want horror,
psychological,
thriller,
like
psychological.
you're what's behind each corner
Yeah.
kind
Okay.
of thing, where there's only few
But
characters,
she
and
needs
this
to
is
be
where
there, though.
who Voodoo Mama Juju.
Yeah.
Well, she is. She's been like
But
basically.
like your Airbnb person's
Oh.
not there, so that's why I'm saying
Okay.
it should be an Airbnb. Or no, it should be a bed and breakfast instead of an Airbnb.
All right, yeah, that works. Same,
you're not
same
really
concept.
thinking
I've
She's
like-
never
actually
met
been-
my Airbnb people.
No, yeah, right.
You're not really thinking like slasher films.
No.
This is an unimportant character who goes to fuck in the bathroom and then they get
And what's
decapitated.
Rockwell's role?
He's like the groundskeeper. It's his first day. She wants to bring him on to be his maintenance
so it's
man.
it's a big like
It's a
those-
big cottagey
like a New Orleans
Victorian
Victorian
mansion.
backs up to a cemetery type
Yeah,
shit.
like haunted mansion, essentially
love
haunted
that.
mansion.
Love that.
Same
If
Rockwell.
we had the rights, it would be called Haunted Mansion, but we don't have the
instead
rights.
it's
It's Warner
called-
Brothers. Instead, it's called Voodoo Mama Juju's Playhouse.
You know
on
Sam
the walls.
Rockwell's
What's
hearing
in the
Meryl
walls,
Streep's
yeah.
accent, and he's
Because
going.
it was
What
like,
you have a
matching
title
it.
or no?
For mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
Strange Encounters.
Strange. We can do better than that too.
Yeah. But then this
If
movie.
I'm gonna come out with fucking over easy, like that's
So the way I see this movie,
we can workshop
Let
titles.
me think of something.
the way
I'm saying no. I think we need to come up with good titles for each other.
the way
too.
I'm pitching this movie to the Daniels is I want them to direct this. Is seeing this film take place in the modern day, but also flip back to the past where Kurt Russell was a young, and
when
so you
there
see,
was this strapping
and it's a
man.
story essentially you
But Kurt Russell
layers of an onion peeled back.
Kurt Russell played by Kurt Russell, CGI,
We're gonna CGI his
or
face.
young Kurt Russell played by Bradley Cooper.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kurt Russell. will
Yeah.
be in-
No, Bradley Cooper's only being Bradley Cooper. Because I'm paying for these fucking faces. I want their faces in my
Is that
film.
an option? Because one of mine is CGI character, Can I just have Jeff Bridges CGI'd as young Jeff
but
Bridges?
he's still your father figure. So
No,
it's
you have
weird.
to CGI hair on Ed Harris. That's what you could have done.
Ed Harris
has
CGI'd.
flowing locks.
Yeah.
Ed Harris CGI'd with Carl Urban's hair.
The lettuce on Ed Harris is unreal.
Beautiful.
In this flick.
So that I think my movie has some legs now. I think this is going to be a nice. We're going to move the shift. We're going to shift the date from Halloween to February, where kind of all movies go to die.
Well, hey, jeez.
Whoa! What's in the walls here?
Mama
All right,
Juju?
and you're in New Orleans.
And we're in New Orleans because Meryl Streep playing a voodoo Mama Juju
All right.
is very funny to me. Hold on.
Meryl Streep doing a New Orleans accent is very entertaining to me.
It can be When We Were Young, What's in the Stew.
Stew.
I'm trying to think of a play on Cajun.
I
or
just
something.
like
I was thinking Creole.
Where the Cajun Crawdads Sleep
Yeah,
or whatever
right.
the fuck's the fucking movie you just saw. It's like Where the Alligators Roam or something like that. I don't know. It's something dumb because a lot like Last House on the Left with with blinds.
Gumbo Hotel.
I like Gumbo Hotel. You got to sell a little bit of the horror. You got to sell
know,
a little
we
bit of
need
it where it's
something.
like I think I just
Voodoo Mansion.
Voodoo Mansion. I like that. Okay, and then there's just voodoo chips everywhere. There's
She's
there's
Voodoo
prop-
Mama. They don't know that.
No.
You call it. When you go to the haunted mansion, they when you walk in, you're like, hey, I'm checking into the haunted mansion. You're like, I'm checking into whatever mansion.
Sam Rockwell could tell the story of like
Yeah.
we could switch this up where he could be like, oh, you're heading to Voodoo Mansion, and he's like selling pies on the side of the road.
No. The mansion's called like what's a good Louisiana type name?
Mama
Give me
Juju's
something
Bed and
French.
Breakfast.
It's like LaCroix Mansion,
Yeah.
right? Like not LaCroix because that's a
Mama
delicious drink.
Mama Gumbo's.
You need to stop.
This movie's taking a turn for the worse. But I like that
Give me 2
initial
seconds. I got this.
that initial plot of there's a tie to Kurt Russell and Meryl Streep. Plot twist at the end. Bradley Cooper.
So they're going to Boudreaux Mansion, spelled Reaux, right?
Plot twist.
Boudreaux.
Bradley Cooper reveals he's been bringing women home to his mother, Meryl Streep, the voodoo Mama Juju.
But then everybody instead of
I like
Wait,
that you just made
wait.
Mama Juju into a
That's
verb.
That's a good one. Lead actor is involved in all the bullshit. Bradley Cooper is now a bad guy. You got your second lead and your supporting actress have to take him down.
Antagonist.
You know what we could do is just that, Bradley is kind of like a bachelor that brings women always to these Airbnbs.
So maybe
So Rockwell, Margot Robbie become the team.
that's the end game is Sam Rockwell and Margot Robbie. are
yeah.
left
So then you
standing.
got Bradley Cooper and Meryl Streep as the bad
That's
guys.
a waste of Bradley Cooper. He was your first
But he's
overall
but you're
pick.
going.
But he's the-
But you're
he's the
going in. He's the plot twist. You're gonna find
eligible-
out halfway. You're gonna find
So
out
he's a major
the last
player.
20
He's
minutes.
corrupt.
And
But think about it. Think about it.
He didn't even
eligible.
know he's corrupting like
I
The
don't need you
Shining.
looking
No,
me in the
Bob,
eyes
think-
when you
think
give
about
me
it.
These notes for a movie that's not mine. Yeah, he was like, he's
corrupted.
You guys couldn't see. It was like a straight shot. His hands were next to his face, like he's corrupt.
Think about it. Eligible bachelor Bradley Cooper brings these women home to his serial killer mother, Meryl
Meryl Streep.
Streep.
Do I have Cheryl Streep up?
And then
Sorry,
Reed,
our
I got
James
you.
just had 6 Allagash whites and like
then-
4 other beers.
Sam Rockwell and Margot Robbie have to team up to take him down.
That's
Spent a lot of time on this movie.
I think
It's not mine.
I mean, it all works. We need a name for Shane, whatever he had is all.
Shane's works Sci-Fi. It's something
His
like
name is
bullshit. Yeah, strange encounters. More like always at the counter because
because
Jackman's fat.
nobody's running it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Give me a second.
No, I don't. I like the film in theory. It just needs a better name. Yeah, so let's think of a good name for you. So what's the
Clean
name?
up.
It's got to be like Interstellar.
All right, so we got to
right?
pitch
So you
this as a definitely as a sci-fi, no comedy element to it. We got to pitch this name.
It's a serious film.
It's a serious sci-fi, Ridley Scott
It's
esque.
just Hugh Jackman is fat.
Yeah.
But like we're thinking that's funny.
You don't
but
think
it's
Edgar
not.
Wright's bringing some comedy to this thing?
Edgar
Is
Wright
it
has
Edgar
done some.
Wright? Are we
no,
doing like
Edgar
a
Wright
Hot
has,
Fuzz
has
type
done some
fucking-
serious comedies.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there gonna be comedy?
But
Yes.
you can't pitch this as like having a laughable element. This is a sci-fi film.
But it could have a
but that's
laughable element.
that's Carl Urban. You have this
but I think of-
serious
when
no,
I
no, no,
think of
serious movie, But then you have this actor who's actually doing his best acting, but he's throwing some comedy into
But
it.
what I'm saying is, then by that standpoint, then
What if we call it Lightyear?
by that standpoint, I'm just saying, Alien to me, Alien is a sci-fi film. There's like zero humor. You have like one or two moments, but like there's no gimmick that Hugh Jackman being fat. It's just
Hugh Jackman being fat is not a funny.
It's not
thing.
a funny thing.
I get that.
He's just
There's
there.
nothing.
so-
Carl
about-
Urban can be a comedic
Sure, he
relief
can
kind
be-
of
no,
guy.
Hugh, like Nick said, Hugh Jackman is fat.
And he
because-
said no, but Hugh Jackman is fat. Why?
No, but listen.
Hold on,
make
listen to
that
your
reason.
producer. Why does Hugh Jackman want to
I know what he said. I know what he said.
He wants
let
an
me
award,
explain it.
so this has to be fucking it.
Jeff Bridges, his father figure, was murdered by these aliens. This is a flashback scene. Hugh Jackman, he gives up on his life of fitness, whatever the fuck. All he cares about is finding a reason to kill these aliens. He's in his lab
You're losing me.
24/7.
You're losing me on this film. It was started out good. I was like, okay, this
No,
is
I'm
good.
alright with that. I'm just trying to think of a
Now
title
the
that fits
trajectory
this.
is going.
His
on.
father figure is killed by these aliens. He's in the lab.
It's a revenge
all
film that's
day.
sci-fi based, but he's a scientist as opposed to like a fucking Wolverine.
Martian
kind
Down
of guy.
Under.
Yeah. Saving Private Martian. No, I know where you're at. I want it. I know what we want here. Under Planet. Something with Under.
Planet
and
Under
Planet.
Siege.
Yeah, the Under doesn't. Down Under doesn't. Like it just it emphasizes Australia too much. Australia is not the only part of the country that's or the part of the world that's being invaded by aliens, right? Mm-hmm. So like you don't want to focus on Down Under, but
I would
it
say
is Down
Planet,
Under.
like Planet Under
Kangaroo
Siege.
Jack.
like under for the Australian aspect.
Yeah, like you keep
and
Under
then
in
the
there.
aliens are invading, so you can say Earth is like being
Planet Under Sea.
sieged.
I'm not seeing that movie though, based on Total.
No, that sounds like a direct-to-DVD film.
Yeah.
That's Planet Under Siege sounds like a Michael Bay movie.
What about just
Under Siege?
I feel like that's a movie already, probably for a war film.
that'd be a good like underwater like battle
Yeah.
under siege instead of under sea.
Like, even if I say Aliens Down Under, that sounds like it's
sounds
a
like a
straight to
spoof.
DVD thing. Yeah.
What
We
about
need a-
just
we
what
need
about
serious.
this?
One word. If it's a sci-fi film, let's be honest, sci-fi films are
One
one
word.
word.
What about you make up a company name and it's just called that?
Yeah, the
Like the
who this is who
le-
Hugh Jackman and Charlize Theron work for.
yeah, like something.
What
cool,
about
though.
this?
What about like
What the aliens have already taken over or no?
Yeah, they're currently taking over.
All right. Insurrection is the name of your film.
it could work?
I like
It's
it.
Hugh Jackman
I like it.
Or-
uprising against that authority.
The only way to satisfy his hunger is vengeance.
Insurrection is a film that was made in
That's a good
2020, but I have no fucking idea.
What about
It's nothing I've ever heard of, so fuck them.
aliens? Called aliens or Martians? You just call them Martians.
Or he's
Yeah,
like
yeah. What about,
Aliens 2, directed by Ridley Scott. It's an Edgar Wright film.
Aliens 2 is directed by James Cameron.
Whatever, I don't give a
Or
fuck.
Aliens.
It wasn't very
Aliens
good.
2. What?
Um,
Aliens? Aliens? People love
No,
aliens.
Aliens was amazing.
That's what I'm saying. That's the second movie.
Uprising.
I haven't seen Aliens. I always saw Alien, and I really liked
I
Alien.
think that's your move. Is your,
Uprising?
No, I'm saying like it's got to be a word that is you going against the authority in it. Uprising, insurrection, rebellion. You know what I mean?
Invasion.
Rebel-
what about just invasion?
Invasion.
Invasion.
Yeah, I was
It's got to
gonna
be
say
one
that.
word. Rebellion.
Yeah.
You can't do rebellion because that's Star Wars. It's too. It's too leans too heavy that way.
What about Secret Invasion?
Ooh. Are there going to be Marvel characters?
But some type of like.
Does Hugh Jackman start as Wolverine and end as a fat guy?
Basically Logan.
Turns out it's just a scroll.
Logan's my favorite fucking X-Men movie.
I do like Invasion.
Days of
That's
Future
a good one.
Past.
Invasion. It's got to be a
Because that is, they're invading. They kill his father figure. That's what drives him to. I like Invasion. It's Invasion.
There you go. All right,
All right,
Invasion,
Invasion.
much better.
Yeah.
What do we call mine?
Is this what fucking
Yeah, they just sit in a room and do this.
Voodoo Mansion? This is
Voodoo
why do we?
Mansion.
How do we not fucking get paid to do this? We just did that in 20 minutes for 3 films.
I know.
Get ready for in 2026.
You know, instead we get
all 3
fucking-
of these movies.
I don't
Do you
know.
know
What's
the-
a movie with a
Do you understand the budget for the movie I just made? That is insurmountable
Yeah, seriously.
budget.
There's
You
literally
really understand the budget for mine? It's like
Nobody
fucking,
has the budget for any of these movies.
the budget for my movie is simply cast. Everything else is filmed
I hired-
wherever you need it to
What are
be
you talking
filmed.
about? People got budget for this shit. Mine probably. Mine no.
Every-
Mine
my
not.
entire film. The only thing that doesn't make sense for my film is Hans Zimmer's fucking piano in the background while they're having these conversations.
Your film.
Hans Zimmer walked by the studio while we were
Yeah. I
making
would-
this movie and was
I
like,
would-
I
hey,
like
mind
this,
I hop
yeah.
on this?
Hey, can I rock this out?
I'd probably have to rehear yours again, but yours I didn't think anything needed to be tweaked. I didn't. It sounded exactly like an indie film. And a
No,
perfect
exactly.
title.
You know, but I was saying the only I think that me having indie just meant drama for me.
Sure.
The hardship for Jennifer Lawrence was simple because I thought of that as soon as he said she needs a hardship. Okay, it's going to be something as far as pregnancy or a miscarriage or something along those lines, because that's an easy one to deal with, and it's relatable for a lot of people.
Yep.
And then like I could move from there. The only thing that does not make sense for me, I even think that like Mendes could do that film. It wouldn't be as big as most of his films, but it's an indie anyway. Is like Hans Zimmer's score on like these like dramatic, but it would be like dramatic scenes, but it's
Some
just like
Wonder Woman.
like these big chords that he uses would not work.
just overshadowing everything.
Yeah, like Miles Teller is fucking like just drunk, just beating Jennifer Lawrence, and it's like it's loud, dramatic.
It's like Interstellar where they're on that planet with like everything goes like 3 times the speed.
Yeah.
And he's just beating the shit out of her.
Yeah.
So-
And they're getting the waters, the wave is coming too.
Any.
I just watched Interstellar for the first time like a month
So
ago.
fucking
So good. So good.
It's very long though.
so
It
good.
is very good though.
It is very long. Any
That
closing
Interstellar
notes?
is the reason I
I-
put Matthew McConaughey on my list.
All three have
just love it.
I think yours could make a killing in the middle of like, you know, like
February.
you said February. That could
All
be
right, so
like
here's
a juggernaut.
the thing. This is what I'm hearing already. All 3 of these are going to get made, but not all of them are going to be released. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's going to be some tax cuts that need to
There's
happen.
gotta be a tax cuts and
Oh shit! I just got a call.
So-
They shelved all of our movies.
These are all phenomenal films.
Oh, I
then-
don't know if I throw phenomenal out
Right
there. They're
towards-
very good.
Towards the end of filming, someone on Bob's team is going to be involved in a scandal.
I already have 2 scandals. Leave me the fuck alone.
I really hope
I put
that
Kevin Spacey and Ezra Miller both.
Kevin
I gave them
Spacey
both the
may or
role.
may be
I
in
know.
prison by
I gave them
for
both
this
the role.
joke
You
wrapped
can't do
up.
that shit to me again. And I gave them like specific roles. You know exactly who they're going
What
to be.
do we do a scene with Ezra Miller where
He
they
has to die.
like
He's
it,
the
like,
he's the wild card employee at the local.
they're at the bar and just freaks
So
out.
here's my problem
Really
with my
has-
movie. My movie could go 2 ways. My movie is a very intense drama indie film where Jennifer Lawrence gets that Academy Award that she's looking for in having this hardship. Or my movie is just a high budget Hallmark film.
See,
Nah, yours wasn't. No, yours would be an HBO, not HBO Max, HBO original movie.
Okay.
see, me and RP, there's no way we're Oscar bait. Horror and indie and
no, well, yeah,
sci-fi.
you don't have the Oscar.
Tell that to
bait there.
get
It's
out.
not
Tell it
happening.
to get out.
Get Out was a thriller. It's not
Nominated
It's
for
not horror.
nominated.
Yeah,
for
I
Academy
don't
Awards.
consider Get Out
It wasn't
horror.
horror. It was a
though.
thriller.
It's like that's like straight
Get
thriller.
Out
I
was
think the
throughout.
Academy's
phenomenal.
throwing Meryl Streep.
That's
You're gonna
that's a
have people.
thriller.
You're gonna have people dying in
Her
yours.
Voodoo
but-
Mama Juju local accent's gonna get her on the map.
Oh, 100%. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, we had no idea that she
Yeah.
was."
See, but
Lifetime Achievement Award for sure.
and you're gonna be miserable about it.
Uh-huh.
RP's movie's
Fucking
looking
bitch.
for a cult following so he can make money. I'm looking for $1 billion so I can make money. That's
I'm looking
horror
for,
and sci-fi.
I'm looking for awards.
And you're Oscar bait.
All right. Well,
We fit our genres.
yeah, it worked.
I'd probably pick 3 the worst.
And I'll post these,
Honestly.
and I'll be curious to see which movie would you pay your hard-earned.
I'm not.
Money
So
for
my
it.
movie, and I will be 100% honest, because this is just who I am as a person. I'm not this my movie. Now that I've made the plot, I'll check out when it's streaming. But like I feel like the plot's good. I don't think it's a bad movie, but it's like not something that I'm gonna go in the theaters to see. I'm a popcorn guy.
Neither is mine.
Well, I'm not a horror guy either.
I'm not a horror guy.
You know what? We're all gonna go. We're all gonna go Thursday night to see fucking Invasion.
See, stupid. Walk out of there and be like, "Why the fuck did we just pay to see that?"
I'm a horror guy. I'm going to see RPs.
RP's.
Shane, I feel like you're going to see your own.
RP's an indie guy. Would you go
I
to
love
see
a
mine?
good suspenseful horror movie.
Probably, yeah.
All right.
I love a good suspenseful horror movie. You got Sam Rockwell.
I will say, I would see anything. I really would see anything, Brett. Like, I don't. Hearing how much work he's put into this Bernstein movie, I have like no real interest in it. But
Yeah, but you're like,
I
feel
love
like a
Bradley
biopic's a
Cooper.
biopic.
Yeah, he said it's a movie about marriage, not a biopic. That's how he said it.
That means
but
it's
it's
a biopic. Yeah.
About the marriage.
But like I would, because I feel like I would see anything he's in. Same thing with Hugh Jackman. I did want to see Reminiscent, and I didn't. So there's that. And
Isn't that streaming? Wasn't that straight
yeah,
to?
it went. To
No,
HBO
it
Max.
was. It was in theaters.
And whatnot. But I'll post these. I think Michael Giacchino would actually kill at a horror score
I think
as
that
well.
score would be
and
good.
I think
Would
the
be good.
Daniels would go.
They would.
all out
They would go all out.
for
And
your horror
I have
movie.
this picture in my head of how this movie would turn out. So I hope that you listeners have this opportunity to see these films as brightly as we painted these canvases here. These were blank canvases when we came in, and we left as Hollywood potential superstars.
I'm very happy about John Williams because John Williams was Star Wars and indie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
He's killing sci-fi.
But I feel but he also did E.T., so he's
He's
done that. But Star Wars has this eternal hope. Yours is kind of gives off Alien vibes, where Alien is very foreboding and it's very
He could
deep sci-fi.
He could do that.
Where John Williams thinks
but
it's
don't
the
you want
wonder, the
fat
magic.
Hugh
But John
Jackman
Williams-
to
John-
overcome these aliens?
John Williams is big strings. John Williams is also the Imperial March. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
he's Jaws
he can
too.
still handle. Like it's what he's gonna use to
Yeah.
get to that. Hans Zimmer doing an indie film is just a fucking disaster from the start.
I don't know. He's
and I drafted him
creative.
so fucking early too.
I want to spin this wheel just in case. What else? Let's see if I would. Get
I got horror 17 times.
I got
Drama
drama.
would have worked.
Would've
Let me
worked.
spin one more time. to see.
RPs as a drama would have been fantastic.
Western, I don't
Western.
want at all.
Spin for me.
drama. Okay.
Well, that
Mine
wouldn't
is a
have counted.
drama.
That wouldn't have counted.
Superhero?
Superhero would have.
Would have been.
Mine is a superhero would have been
Superhero, real
fucking
fast. You're the
amazing.
only one that gets to do it. Real fast, you get a superhero movie. Your lead actor
is Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, and he's fat. What character is he playing?
the Juggernaut.
Yeah, he's some kind of
He's some kind of anti-hero type
some
thing.
kind of unstoppable force.
But the Juggernaut's just big. He's not fat.
Can it be the Thing?
I wouldn't call the Thing fat either. Like literally,
But for Hugh Jackman, he's fat.
Hugh
Does that
Jackman
make
is
sense? Like
fat.
Michael Chiklis, no offense, is not
But-
skinny.
Hugh Jackman is fat is like me kind of chubby.
like Seth Rogen fat.
Like he's so fucking
I
in
don't know.
shape.
You tell me. What's the fatness?
Hugh
here?
Jackman as fat might
is
be
he
Seth
going?
Rogen.
Is he going Christian Bale in American Hustle fat, or is he going like?
Well, I would say he's going.
Like he wants like
he's
going for it?
shocking.
He's
like
going for
slab. Like it's like it's
what's Max saying? Always, I'm going for gas.
Oh yeah.
so
So he looks
fat
like
superhero,
the Blob is one who was in X-Men Origins.
but he's a villain.
Nowadays, you can make anybody.
The
an
Blob.
True.
Not all superheroes.
Who
fit the mold.
you're
idiot. Yeah. What about Flubber?
Charlize Theron to get rid of the idea that she is she's the actual lead, and then he's
She's
like
the
fat-
established
he's like the-
superhero, and he's
like
like
the
this.
fat. He's the guy behind the computer.
He's the Ned.
Yes.
Finally has to
So
step
who is
up.
she though? She's not going to be. Who is she now for Strange?
She's
What's her name?
basically she's Valkyrie, not
Fucking what is
Valkyrie
her-
though, right?
what is her
She's
name?
like that kind of role.
I forget her name from.
So do I. I haven't read
Clea.
it.
Clea.
Hugh
Clea.
Jackman
yeah.
is Ned.
So she's gonna be
She
like
doesn't have to be clear. So like,
So
give
I
me
would-
give me a female
I think she would be.
superhero.
I think she'd be a good
who
Sue
Charlize
Storm.
Theron should be, and then he's the guy behind the computer.
But that wouldn't work.
It's gotta be a solo. It doesn't. It can be somebody who's already exists. You can recast. Villain centric. She's Catwoman.
There you go.
He's the Penguin.
That works.
Fat Hugh Jackman.
Would you see that, guys? Let us know. Remember to rate, like, and subscribe. Thanks for staying around. Been a lot of fun. Producer Nick, take our movies with a kindred spirit and take them to HBO Max,
So that they cannot be released.
so that they cannot be released.
Our movies, as far as the general public is concerned, are as close to existing as
That's
Batgirl.
Batgirl.